Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Saturday afternoon here today from Castleton. It's the final regular season duel or triangular here today in Castleton between the Central Cass Squirrels, Fargo North Spartans, and the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Also today up in Grand Forks, it's Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River. Coming into our final day of the regular season, two teams have solidified a spot at state. In Fargo Davies, they've earned the regular season championship. They'll be the number 1 seed from the East. Grand Forks Central will be the number 2 seed. Devils Lake, Cheyenne, and Central Cass all vying for 3, 4, and 5. From a Central Cass perspective, they must win twice and beat Cheyenne by 11. They must beat North to start off with and then make that match at about 5 o'clock later tonight all the more intrigue and have to beat Cheyenne by 11 when it comes to the dual side. Well, if you're West Fargo Cheyenne, similar in terms of if you win here against North and you beat Central Cass, they'll vault then to the number 3 team in the EDC. Devils Lake kind of just waiting in the weeds right now as they're 7-3 overall in the conference with losses against Davies, Grand Forks Central, and West Fargo Cheyenne. So from the Devils Lake perspective right now, they'll either be 3, 4, or possibly, depending on how some of the potential tiebreakers could find themselves again 3 or 4 here for the Devils Lake Firebirds. We'll take a quick break and we come back after this. We'll dive into the matchup a little bit more. That and more is still to come here today. It is the 2026 regular season finale with North Central Cass and alongside West Fargo Cheyenne here for our boys duel in Castleton on yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. As we continue here today on yourliveevent.com, take a look at the matchups across the state of North Dakota as we have 3 different areas getting involved in terms of dual coverage here today. Taking a look at the girls bracket, we'll have in the championship in the East Region, South Border will go up against Lisbon. You'll also, after that, have a third place with Pembina County North and Grand Forks. And fifth will be the Fargo Stingers against either Northern Cass or Valley City. Last check at the East Region for the the girls dual tournament again at Fargo South. That's with Kevin Kochman alongside Jake Berkmeyer with you right here on yourliveevent.com. In the Southeast at Napoleon, the Kinder Vikings have punched their ticket to the Southeast Dual Championship with a 37-33 win over Ellendale Edgeley Column. Lisbon and South Border right now, they're getting down to the final 3 weight classes. It's Lisbon 27, South Border 24 with 3 weight classes left to go, with the winner to punch a ticket to the Southeast Dual Championship. And then in the Northeast portion of the state in Walhalla, on the B side, the Carrington Cardinals will go up against Pembina County North for the Dual Championship. Again, that's on the Northeast side. Making their way in the losers portion of the bracket, Rugby and Mayport CG, and alongside Northern Lights and Hillsborough Central Valley. That on the Northeast portion of the state. Southeast portion of the state in terms of the consolation side, Oaks and Napoleon. Oaks able to beat Napoleon. Valley City going up against Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, and EEK just waiting to see who they'll wrestle for third with alongside Lisbon or South Border. But on the girls' side, yet again, able to see the Lisbon Broncos go up against the South Border for the East Region Championship. You can check that out also here on yourliveevent.com with Jake Berkmeyer on that one. A reminder, next weekend, a week from today, we'll have coverage of the EDC Boys Individual Wrestling Tournament from Cheyenne High School at 10 o'clock in the morning. Coverage gets underway. We'll have all 4 mats in the main gym, so if you can't make it out to Cheyenne, check us out online at yourliveevent.com for that boys individual duel coming up here next week. Then from the girls' perspective, we'll have the girls' East Region from Valley City on Friday the 13th, the boys' EDC on the 14th, and then we'll also have the boys' Class B individuals on the 14th as well. Audio-only coverage of the state wrestling tournament on the 19th, 20th, and the 21st. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get you set for Parent and Senior Night here on yourliveevent.com.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Central Cass. It is Parents' Day here at Central Cass High School, and we want to recognize the stats and the wrestlers taking part in this year's wrestling program. First of all, for the stats, Corey Anthony. She's the daughter of Jake and Mandy Anthony. Addie Call, daughter of Lanny Peppel. Payson Thummel. She's the daughter of Michael and Samantha. Your wrestlers are Bo Parisian, son of Mark and Melanie. Parker Peterson, son of Adam and Karen. Corbin Schlepp, son of Gus and Amanda. Connor Weber, son of Todd and Jessica. Jackson Wilcox, son of Eric and Sarah. Cade Forward, son of Jake and Christy. Jack Glennon, the son of Dave and Patty. Joe Kappas, son of Andy and Michelle. Case Kasowski, son of Levi and Alyssa. Zach Kruger, son of Don and Heidi. Hayden Morkin, son of Joe and Robin. Jensen Cristaldo, son of Christy. Anakin Fa, son of Nick and Christy. Sam Schneider, son of Steve and Susan. Jake Myron, son of Eric and Wendy. Logan Anthony, son of Jake and Mandy. Gallagher Wheeler, the son of Bruce and Angela. Ivor Kuhn, son of Matt and Robin. Jaden Hale, son of John and Sarah. Carver Kasowski, son of Levi and Alyssa. Aiden Peterson, son of Adam and Karen. Andrew Schneider, son of Stephen and Susan. Briley Mayer, son of Mario. Ben Quitschreiber, son of Dennis and Sue. Alex Hansen, son of Jesse and Melissa. Alex Call, son of Lanny Peplo. And Derek Jorgensen, son of Travis and Michelle. We would like to take a moment here to recognize and celebrate our 8 senior wrestlers. Adrian Aarons. Adrian is the son of James and Marcia. He has been involved in wrestling here at Central Cass for 4 years. He's also involved in football and FFA. Adrian's plans after high school include working as an electrician apprentice in Alaska. When asked what his favorite memory of his wrestling career at Central Cass is, he says beating the Davies kid during Parents' Night. McCoy Ferguson. McCoy is the son of Jeremy Ferguson and Amanda Olson. He has been involved in wrestling for 4 years. Activities also here at Central Cass are football, archery, trap, and FFA. McCoy plans to attend college after high school. When asked what his favorite memory is of wrestling here at Central Cass, he said beating a Davies kid to make it to state last year. John Call, he is the son of Luke and Tanya Call. He has been involved in wrestling for 13 years. He's also been involved here at Central Cass for the Big Brother, Big Sister program. He plans to get his real estate license after high school and live in the state of Montana. When asked what his favorite memory for his wrestling career here at Central Cass, he said all the times he got to stay in a hotel room with Cade and Stone. Jennings Kuhn. Jennings is the son of Matt and Robin Kuhn. He has been involved here at Central Cass Wrestling for 5 years. He's also a part of the Football, National Honor Society, Big Brother, Big Sister, Academic Olympics, and Science Olympiad. Jennings plans to attend UND to pursue a degree in chemical engineering. When asked what his favorite memory is here at Central Cass during his wrestling career, he said going to the hotels and hanging out with the team. Riley Miller. Riley is the son of Jeremiah and Carrie Miller. He has been involved in wrestling for 4 years. He's also been involved in the football program and golf. He plans to attend college after high school, and his favorite memory of wrestling here at Central Cass is pulling Alex Call's chair away from him at a state wrestling and the bus rides home with the team. Hunter Parisian. Hunter is the son of Mark and Melanie Parisian. He has been involved in wrestling here for 13 years. Activities has been involved as well as wrestling has been in a football career. He plans to attend MSUM, where he will pursue a degree in project management. His favorite memory of wrestling here at Central Cass is the long bus rides home with the boys. Simon Schneider. Simon is the son of Stephen and Susan Schneider. He has been involved with wrestling for 4 years. He's also a track and field, robotics, and FFA. He plans to attend NDSU to pursue a degree in agricultural education. His favorite memory of wrestling here at Central Cass is winning a match at state. Cameron Simonson. Cameron is the son of Rachel Simonson and Dustin Holland. He has been involved in wrestling here at Central Cass for 4 years. He plans to attend the North Dakota State College of Science in Wahpeton, and his favorite wrestling memory here at Central Cass is getting his first pin. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the seniors of Central Cass Wrestling. Give them a hand.
Of a new home or looking to refinance, get in touch with First Class Mortgage. They make the process simple, fast, and local. Their team knows the Red River Valley, and they're here to help you with the right loan, with the best rate, and personal service every step of the way. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or anything in between, choose First Class Mortgage, where your story begins. Visit firstclasscorp.com or stop by the office in Fargo.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college.
Youth basketball is back, and it's time to play for a purpose. The Grover Athletic Club Winter Classic tips off February 28th and March 1st at Oak Grove Lutheran School in Fargo. Every team gets 3 full-court games guaranteed, with great competition and later start times for out-of-town teams. Best of all, your team helps support Grover Athletics. funding equipment, and opportunities for student athletes across all sports. Sign your team up today at GroverAthleticClub.com.
As we get you set for wrestling here today on YourLiveEvent.com from Castleton, first up will be some of the exhibition matches between Fargo North and Central Cass, and then from there we'll get into the varsity duel. What's at stake again? Central Cass must beat Fargo North to have a chance to make it to the state wrestling tournament at the Fargo Dome. So far, the teams from the east of Fargo, Davies, and Grand Forks Central, they have solidified their spot at state, and Davies is the 1 seed and Grand Forks Central the number 2 seed when it comes to the wrestling portion of the state tournament here, as we'll have audio-only coverage again on YourLiveEvent.com, so make sure you stay tuned for that here in a couple of weeks as we take a look out west in terms of wrestling and how everything is going. The dual wrestling tournament is going to be in Mandan here today, so we'll keep you apprised of what's going on out west as well. Coming into the respective duel, you had Bismarck Legacy and alongside Bismarck High, kind of the 1-2 combination out west, entering wrestling here today out in the WDA. And then after this one wraps up, we will get to Fargo Northwest, Fargo Cheyenne. Cheyenne looking to pick up a win, get their 7th on the season. And then from there, the nightcap will be Central Cass and alongside with them with the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. As we get you ready here, the Fargo North Spartans and the Central Cass Squirrels here in the exhibition matches, as Joe Satcher will go up against Alex Hansen here. And then we'll have Camden Enlin here for Fargo North going up against Riley Miller here. Again, these are exhibition matches here on this one. As for Joe in the blue singlet, well, you have Alex in the black singlet here as they work down to a knee there for Satcher. This one comes through to open up our coverage here. Final wrestling triangular of the regular season for both of these, all 3 of these teams here in this one. As trying to go for a single leg shot there is Satcher as they'll work off to the edge of the mat and they'll come back to a restart in the middle. And this at an exhibition followed by Enlin and Miller here today from Castleton. Nice looking crowd as they're honored the seniors and also all the members of the wrestling team earlier today here for Central Cass Wrestling. So it's supposed to be back in December between these 3 teams for the triangular, but with Mother Nature moved it to today here in February, as it kind of has that postseason feel even for boys wrestling. Even though EDC doesn't do duels, they just take the top teams. Going in for a single leg shot there again is Hansen. Then coming back up top there is Satcher, as Satcher will get 3 points awarded here for the takedown, as he will be 3 points awarded. Now trying to see if he can roll Hansen over and get to some back points, as that's exactly what he's doing here with some near fall points being awarded coming across on the way for Satcher, as Satcher will at least get 4 near fall points as an early 3-0 lead with the takedown with near fall points upcoming here for Satcher, as he's trying to roll Hansen back over and see if he can get to a pinning position with 45 seconds left in the period. And winner via fall here in the exhibition match from Fargo North is Joe Satcher over Alex Hansen of the Central Cass Squirrels. So nice move there by Satcher, able to finish off with a takedown, then come back across and go right into some near fall points here for the Spartans. As now Camden Enlin here from Fargo North will check in against Riley Miller for the Central Cass Squirrels for our exhibition matches. And then we'll have about 6 exhibition matches between Cheyenne and North, and then Cheyenne and Central Cass will have about 4 exhibition matches before we get to the varsity duel. As Enlin and Miller into some collar ties right now here with Enlin, 15 seconds into the first period, and Miller able to turn him right over into some back points as he's going to be working with it here as Enlin trying to see if he can get back to his stomach. Miller gets into a pinning position right now for Central Cass as Enlin is trying to bridge out as best as possible. 30 seconds here into the period as Enlin able to get back to his stomach. As trying to work the cradle a little bit right now is Miller as he's got the cradle looked, able to turn Enlin over into the center of the mat right now. We saw Satcher open up the exhibitions with a pinfall, and we'll get 4 near fall points upcoming here for Miller on top of it. So it's 7-0 here for Riley with the takedown and the near fall points awarded as he's still trying to get that cradle locked in on the far side of the mat right now here for Miller with 60 seconds left in period number 1. Our second exhibition duel here between these two is still working his feet on the edge of the mat is Miller, still in and able to do so and keep Edling close. And the winner via fall here in the exhibition match, Riley Miller. So Joe Satcher for Fargo North and then Miller as well for Central Cass, able to be winner via fall here, as both of these respective teams able to get a couple of pins in the exhibition side of things, as we'll make our way now to the varsity duel. For Central Cass, they must win in this varsity duel against Fargo North to keep their postseason aspirations alive on the way. And then from there, it's similar to West Fargo Cheyenne. Got to take care of business against North and then see what happens with the Central Cass Squirrels. Well, the Spartans can be a little bit spoiler here in this one. Again, that does it for the exhibition matches of the Spartans and alongside Central Cass. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the varsity duel here between the Squirrels and the Spartans in Castleton.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision-making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Rivera. Let's forge ahead together.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back. With an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill, you'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Prairie Supply has the expertise to help you tackle even the toughest jobs, from concrete and rebar to heat and winter construction services. Prairie Supply has extensive product lines with professional on-site solutions you can trust. Prairie Supply is a supplier of construction equipment and materials specializing in, but not limited to, concrete construction. Prairie Supply supporting the hard-working contractors in the field or at the drawing board. Visit prairiesupply.com today.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we'll start at 107 pounds here with our first duel here with the Central Cass Squirrels and alongside the Fargo North Spartans. As Central Cass at 107, we'll go with Derek Jorison here against Fargo North against Angel Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe is the freshman, while Jorison the junior here, as the Central Cass Squirrels in the back singlet as Goldthorpe looking for a single leg as Jorison able to push him right off the mat. And they will reassess here, able to get the headgear back on the way for Goldthorpe as we continue wrestling here in Castleton. Going for a single leg. There was Jorison, as right now with some collar ties with these two. There's Jorison able to go for the double, trying to convert the takedown here and get 3 points on the board early. So Jorison with a 3-0 lead against Goldthorpe early on here. As the Central Cass Squirrels with Derek Jorgensen at 107 was looking for some near fall points and able to get back to his stomach here as Goldthorpe. But they're able to get a couple of points on the way to make it 5-0 as Jorgensen able to turn that shoulder across, gets into a pinning position right now. Near fall points being awarded. Winner via fall here is Jorgensen. 49 seconds into the period as Jorgensen will get 6 points on the way for the Central Cass Squirrels and that team duel score on the Bank North scoreboard. So Jorgensen able to get that double leg attempt and immediately go to work here from the Central Cass perspective, and 3 points will be awarded here for Central Cass. As we'll go now with John Call against Solinik. As Call able to get the 3 points for the takedown immediately for Central Cass. Is trying to get back to his base is Jack Solinik here. As Solinik trying to see if he can work around, but Call's got that arm bar kind of working a little bit right now in the back. Trying to see if he can get into that chicken wing. 20 seconds into the first period. It's 3-0 for Call at 114 pounds between these two. As John Call, the senior, going up against the Fargo North product here in Solinik, who is the 7th grader, and Call into some near fall points and winner via fall. So back-to-back pins on the way for the Central Cass Squirrels. 36 seconds in. So Jorgensen and Call makes it a 12-0 contest here for Central Cass on the Bank North scoreboard. As now for the Squirrels, they will be making their way with Gallagher Wheeler going up against Gerger here for the Fargo North Spartans. As we continue here at 121 pounds is Gerger for Fargo North going up against Wheeler for Central Cass. And as we saw with Jorgensen and Call, early takedown here for Wheeler as he gets into a pinning combination. Winner via fall 12 seconds in. So 3 straight pins here for Central Cass as they take a now 18-0 lead at 107, 104, and 121. Able to be 3 winners via fall right now for the Central Cass Squirrels. As Jacobson here for Fargo North going up against foul here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Foul, the freshman kind of working the headlock, able to work on the near side of the mat. And that'll be 3 points for the takedown. As able to continue to stay inside as they work with it on the far edge, just turning Jacobson across. And Foul trying to be the 4 straight Central Cass Squirrels. They work on the mat. Good job by Foul keeping that right leg in the circle. As some near fall points being awarded, is trying to work outside as Jacobson as close as he could, as Foul literally has his big toe in, and then they finally work out. But it'll be 4 near fall points as they'll work back to the center of the mat, and it's 18-0 here early on for the Central Cass Squirrels on the Bank North scoreboard. As we'll see it here with Foul at 127 against Jacobson, and Jacobson will start in the down position. 124 left in the first period. 7-0 early on here for Oniken. As trying to see if he can reverse out of it was Jacobson, able to get back to his base and gets the 1 point for the escape here for the Fargo North Spartans. As we're back to a neutral position as these two will lock up a little bit. As Jacobson able to block that one with Foul. Foul going for the double. Trying to bring him up in the elevator, does so here. Brings him down to the mat with a 3-point takedown. Now gets into a pinning position here for Foul quickly as Jacobson trying to do his best to bridge out of the situation. There's 52 seconds left in the first period, and winner via fall here for Foul. So 6 more points being awarded as they'll work its way to a 24-0 contest right now here in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels. As Anthony going up against Fargo North's Bladen here for Henry. as these two teams at 133 pounds right now. For Henry again, Blado from the Spartans going up against Anthony here from the Central Cass Squirrels, as Logan Anthony here at 133, the freshman. Still scoreless 30 seconds in as they work in the center of the mat right now. Trying to work those underhooks is Anthony. Able to continue to wheel around here, and Anthony will come up top and get 3 points for the takedown on the far side. So Anthony gets 3 points, as now Blado is working his way to the center of the mat. He'll get back to his base, looking to get the sit out. As 50 seconds have gone by here in the first period, it's 3-0 in favor of Anthony. As Anthony trying to see if he can roll Blado over. Trying to get some near fall. He won't get any near fall points, but he gets right back into the situation here for Anthony. As getting back to his stomach is Blado right now. As Blado's done a good job trying his best to kind of step back up. He's trying to see if he can get the escape out of the grip of Anthony as they continue to work. And every time that the official starts to give some near fall points on the count, able to come right back over is Blado, as they will see this and be a time. So a penalty will be awarded here. 1 point will be making its way to Blado. So we'll get a tech point being awarded to Blado here at 133 pounds. 4 weight classes in so far, and it is all 4 winners via fall so far. As we get a caution warning on Anthony, as Anthony continues to work here on top of Blado throughout the majority of the first period is how it's been so far. 3-1 right now with 25 seconds remaining as Blado trying to see if he can roll out of this. As Anthony doing a good job continuing to work that right wing. Able to turn him across. Now gets into a pinning combination. Has the headlock here for Anthony. Near fall points being awarded, but this could be another win via fall as Anthony trying to bridge him down here against Blado. Blado trying to work against the clock with 5 seconds, now with 3. Blado trying to continue to stay alive here in the first period, and we'll make our way to the second with 4 near fall points being awarded to Anthony in the first. That will go to the second period, so it's now 7-1 here as Anthony against Blado here at 133. We'll start in the neutral position here to begin the second period. 5th weight class, first time we're going to the second period here in Castleton. I was going for a double cross was Blado, able to sprawl out there is Anthony. As Anthony trying to see if he can work on top against Blado one more time as he did throughout the majority of the first period. Kind of working that cradle a little bit here, trying to come through for Anthony. As Anthony trying to continue to work across, there's 3 points for the takedown. That's now 10-1. Trying to see if he can bring him back over across here for the 133-pounder, and Anthony winner via fall. 124 into the second period as it's now going to be 30-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. Quick Schreiber against Morgan as we make our way to 139 pounds. As these two with Quick Schreiber and Morgan here. Quick Schreiber for Central Cass against Morgan. As working some underhooks here is Morgan now looking for a throw is Quick Schreiber. As these two are 50-50, trying to finish the 3-point takedown here is Morgan able to do so. As now that right arm being sprawled across for Quick Schreiber as he's able to get back to his base. As Morgan working that left arm here on the far back. With 30 seconds into the first period, already with a 3-point takedown here for the Spartan product here for Morgan. As Morgan trying to see if he can get Quick Schreiber to come through and try to sprawl him across. As right now, Quick Schreiber right on the mat. Seeing if he can come up with the escape as Morgan gave him a little bit of a daylight. Then Morgan able to bring him right back down. Trying to see if he can get into some near fall points and turn Quick Schreiber over. Here's some near fall points coming now into a pinning position here for Morgan potentially. As Quick Schreiber able to sprawl back out and get to his stomach, but 4 near fall points awarded to Morgan. It's now 7-0. He's getting back to his base as Quick Schreiber to his tripod. And right now able to come back, and there's the escape for Quick Schreiber, so he gets one. 7-1 right now. As we get a potentially dangerous call on the way for Quick Schreiber, just trying to stiff arm, if you will, using a football term against Morgan. Now going for a double shot was Quick Schreiber as Morgan comes around. We're going to see if he can finish the three-point takedown and turn Quick Schreiber over, and there is the three-point takedown. 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. It's 10-1 in favor of Morgan here at 139 pounds, as this will continue to be a potentially dangerous one more time. As we'll work on the bottom of the mat here with Quick Schreiber. Making sure that Quick Schreiber is good. As Morgan will work on top, with 20 seconds remaining here in the first period. As currently Morgan late in this first period, up by 9 at 10-1. As he's trying to see if he can get Quick Schreiber coming on through. And for Quick Schreiber, able to try to get away from the cradle, but here is the cradle by Morgan, and that time's going to run out to finish the first period. This will be 10-1 as we make our way to the second period at 139 pounds. So second straight weight class that we head to the second. And starting in the top position here will be Quick Schreiber. Midway through this duel, as Central Cass so far with 5 weight classes have been a winner via fall for all 5 in a row so far. As we have the caution warning here to Quick Schreiber. As Quick Schreiber with Morgan into his base, and Quick Schreiber able to try to roll him back down. Will be in the top position here as Morgan on the bottom of the mat right now is working his way up top is Quick Schreiber. And Quick Schreiber's got that right leg underneath. And then we'll get a illegal move here on the way, so 1 point for Morgan to make it 11-1, 21 seconds into the third period. As we'll see this working back up top with Quick Schreiber. As Quick Schreiber wrapping around as this one works its way through, trying to see if he can turn him over a little bit as Morgan is sprawled across here. And Quick Schreiber trying to see if he can work him down to the mat while trying to get the head through as Morgan. Morgan stays through, trying to get the 2-point on the reversal and does. And now will be Morgan into a pinning position potentially here against Quick Schreiber. As Quick Schreiber was nearly able to get Morgan for some back points. But then the 2-point reversal here for Morgan gets him right back in front. It's 13-1 as it stands right now. And then a winner via fall here is Morgan. 3 minutes into the match, winner via fall, Morgan from Fargo North makes it now 30-6. As Parisian will come on for the Central Cass Squirrels against foul here for the Fargo North Spartans. As Parisian, the senior, at going up against foul here for the sophomore. So Parisian and foul here at 145. I was trying to go for that single leg and keep continuing to work around a little bit right now as Parisian. Parisian able to go down to the mat with a 3-point takedown, trying to turn foul across. Kind of works that headlock a little bit one more time on the near side for Parisian. Parisian running to some near fall points, trying to see if he can get foul spread off across. As they continue working with the near fall here for Parisian. As we're going to get 4 near fall points going to be awarded. It'll be 7-0 for sure, but Parisian's looking to see if he can finish this one off in the first period. 35 seconds in. Is trying to work his back off the match right now is foul. As winner via fall goes to Parisian. 41 seconds into the first period. So Parisian winner via fall. Update another 6 points on the Bank North scoreboard to make it 36-6. As now for the Central Cass Squirrels. They will make their way. As Hunt. As Cameron Simonson, the senior here for the Central Cass Squirrels, going up against Hunt on the way for William Hunt at 152 here for Fargo North. 6 weight classes remaining. Fargo North does have an open weight class at 189 as Hunt right now will work to the edge of the mat. And they'll come back to a neutral position 21 seconds into this first period. These two working with a little bit of collar ties right now. as in the middle as it stands here for Simonson and Hunt, currently scoreless. 35 seconds in, trying to get Simonson for the takedown to come across. They will give 3 points for the takedown here for Simonson, and then we're going to get potentially dangerous after that for the caution. But 3 points awarded here to Simonson early on at 152 pounds. Starting in the top position will be Simonson. Was able to get back to his base. Here is Hunt. As Hunt trying to see if he can get back to his tripod and eventually get the escape or possibly the reversal as he continues to work. As Simonson able to bring him down to the mat, but there's a reversal for Hunt. And then Hunt trying to get some near fall points out of it. As currently 3-2 for Simonson, but Hunt going to be awarded 2 near fall points as well. So it's going to be 4-2 on the way. And now for Hunt, continues to work at this with 40 seconds remaining in the first period. As getting back to his base stomach here is Simonson. So able to see 4 near fall points after the 2-point reversal. And for Hunt right now up as we get this one to come across. 1 point illegal here on Hunt. So 1 point will be awarded to Simonson. It's now 6-4 with 26.2 seconds remaining here in the first period. As Central Cass Squirrels will start in the bottom position here for Simonson. As Simonson will get out of the grasp, and then we'll get 1 point away for a technical violation with the grasping. So we'll start in neutral, and Simonson able to be trailing it here by 1. 20 seconds left here in a very active first period between Hunt and Simonson at 152 pounds. Going for the single leg is going to be Hunt. Hunt through the elevator, comes down on the mat as we're going to get a violation. As we'll take a quick timeout here on the Bank North scoreboard with 1.9. We'll continue with more after this.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
Nah, I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center. Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
West Main Pizza is serving you from Ada and the Rail District location in Dilworth. The tradition of West Main Pizza continues. Pizza, calzones, wings, subs, salads, and more. Lunch, dinner, family meals, and business meeting orders. When you're in town or driving through, visit West Main Pizza. For daily specials, visit West Main Pizza Ada and Rail District Dilworth Facebook pages. Order by phone or westmainpizza.net. Both locations open daily at 11 a.m., serving the delicious West Main Pizza menu items you enjoy. West Main Pizza, Ada and the Rail District Dilworth.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com, after the takedown was awarded, the official stopped it just to make sure that Simonson was good to roll after the takedown there by Hunt. So the score reads 10-9 Hunt from Fargo North, 9-6 Hunt for Fargo North with 10 seconds remaining here in the first period as Simonson will work to the edge of the mat and able to do so here as they'll be back in the circle with 5.2, but Hunt's able to bring him up top and then come straight down, and kind of Simonson's shoulder and head hit first, so the official just wanted to make sure with our referee here to get back across as we're going to have a grasping. As able to get to a side out will be 1 point on a technical violation here as we will be back into the middle of the mat with point 3. So it'll pretty much be a whistle to start and stop, as that's how we'll work after the first period. So after one period, it'll be 9-7 here for Hunt at 152 over Simonson, as they'll start in the neutral position here, as they'll continue to work between the middle. As working its way is going to be Simonson, and alongside with Hunt. Going for a single leg on the way there is Simonson. Hunt able to break it, now sprawling out across as this one works up top for a 3-point takedown. As we see this one continuing to work right now here for the Squirrels up top for Simonson, as he's up 10-9, 30 seconds into the second period here over Hunt. Sprawling out a little bit right now is Hunt. 5 more weight classes to go with Fargo North open at 189. Let's try to see if he can turn him across here for Simonson. Is trying to see if he can get Hunt to turn over right now here for Simonson, as he's working that left arm pretty good with 50 seconds left here in the second period. Simonson trying to work that crossface. See if he can turn Hunt across. There it is, into some near fall points. And now into a pinning combination here for Simonson as he spreads it out, and coming back here is Simonson with 39.4 in the second period. Winner via fall is Simonson from Central Cass to make it 42-6. And able to come back as well as for the Fargo North Spartans. Variano at 160 pounds will go up against Ahrens here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Well, Adrian Ahrens at 172, as this one will work its way into the middle. Trying for some collar ties here across for Ahrens and Variano here. As Variano goes for a single leg. Aaron's able to work on top and block it, then get 3 points with a takedown. This is what Central Cass needed to do here to start off this triangular, was take care of business against Fargo North and have their second one against Cheyenne kind of be a win and you're in almost situation for that state dual placing between the Squirrels and the Mustangs. Mustangs will have Fargo North next. However, as we said, Fargo North looking to play a little spoiler here today on this Saturday afternoon. 3-point takedown so far for Ahrens. It's trying to come through on the reversal. Is Variano able to do so for 2 points? So Variano here with 2 points for Fargo North. 3-2 as it stands right now for Ahrens at 160 pounds. And back to his tripod, his base. The work up top is Ahrens gets 1 point for the escape. It's now 4-2. Is working with the headlock. This one comes back down. Variano's going to get 3 points with a takedown, as he takes now a 5-4 advantage. 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. I get to see one between these two teams go 3 periods here. Early on, Central Cass winners via fall of Jorison, Call, Wheeler, and Fowl as well. And Anthony before Fargo North got on the board at 139 with a Morgan fall with 3 minutes in. Now it's coming back on top here is Variano. 5 seconds left in this first period. It's a 5-4 lead for the Spartan. And that's where we'll go to the second period here at 160. Peterson and Rock on deck at 172. Open weight class again at 189 for Fargo North. And we'll get to the upper weights at 215 and heavyweight at 285. This result right now for the Central Cass Squirrels. Able to pick up the win here in the EDC dual standings, regardless of the rest of the outcomes, and get to 6-3 in conference. As getting the 3 points with a takedown here is Variano, now into some near fall points against Ahrens into a pinning combination. And winner via fall at 160 from Fargo North is Variano. 42-12. Whatever you fall here in the second period for the Fargo North Spartans. As we make our way now to 172 pounds here for the Central Cass Squirrels. And alongside the Fargo North Spartans is Rock will come on for Fargo North. Isaac Rock, the junior. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, we have Aiden Peterson, the sophomore, here for Central Cass, as we're back to wrestling here at 172. Two weight classes won so far by Fargo North at 139 and 160. Otherwise, everything else has been won by Central Cass to this point. We know 6 more points upcoming for the Squirrels, with Fargo North being open at 189. As Peterson and Rock right now into some collar ties, 20 seconds in, scoreless here at 172 pounds. As they continue to work around the center of the mat here in Castleton. Those continuing to have these two between Rock and Peterson, seeing who can get that first shot attempt, and Peterson goes down for the double leg, but able to sprawl right back on top is Rock. Rock able to try to come across here on Peterson and try to see if he can get 3 points for a takedown, and it is awarded here for Rock. As Peterson gets back to his base looking for the reversal, Rock still has the grip on him right now and works on top with 60 seconds into the first period. Right now, Isaac Rock up on Aiden Peterson right now, 3-0, midway through period number 1 at 172 pounds. As Peterson trying to see if he can roll through. As right now, Rock trying to get those underhooks a little bit. See if he can dig in on the power. As Peterson still comes through, back to his base. He's trying to get that leg to come across. Here is Rock right now as he's got that right arm across here on that little chicken wing on the right arm right now with 25 seconds left in the first period. See if he can roll him over, maybe get into a little bit of a cradle spot here for Rock. And we'll get a stalemate between both Rock and Peterson here, as they will start in the down position here for Peterson. As Rock works on top, but 10 seconds remaining here in the first period. As Peterson continues to work a little bit more towards the edge of the mat. Now Rock trying to come through, see if he can get one more attempt to bring Peterson down, and that's how we'll end the first period on the Bank North scoreboard. And 172 pounds Rock from Fargo North with a 3-0 advantage here over Peterson from Central Cass, as we will start in a neutral position to begin the second period. These two kind of danced around the mat for about the first 30 seconds in the first period until they both went at each other. Looked like Peterson was going to get a double leg to come through, and then able to come back around. It was Rock for the 3-point takedown, and it could be something similar here in the second period, as going for a single leg shot there was Rock. Back to some collar ties a little bit between these two. As there's a single leg attempt here for Peterson, trying to continue to come through and work, as Rock able to sprawl out right now, 40 seconds into this second period. And Rock trying to see if he can turn Peterson over, as Peterson trying to continue to come through, as we'll get another stalemate between these two. As you'll see Peterson and Rock back again to a neutral position. And going for the same move one more time is going to be Peterson. As Peterson comes through, trying to see if he can continue to work against it. Rock doing the same thing he did before, just sprawling out right now. As Peterson continues to work across, as we'll get another stalemate. As Peterson kind of looked like an offensive lineman there in football, going up against kind of on the sled work there a little bit for Peterson is how that one was working. As Aiden continues to be in the center of the mat with 45 seconds left here in the second period. Still a 3-0 lead for Rock after that 3-point takedown in the first period. This one goes to the outside, as we'll get one stall greening here for Rock on the way, as Peterson will work to the edge of the mat with 21.8 seconds left here in the second period. So next warning against Rock for stalling will result in a point as Peterson went for a double leg. Rock did enough to maintain his balance and work back up and kind of block that attempt here from Peterson. 10 seconds left in the second period. Going for a single leg shot. It's going to be Rock. Peterson works up top. 5 seconds. Trying to get 3 points for a takedown here before the buzzer sounds, and there is 3 points on the takedown here for Rock to now take a 6-0 advantage. As the choice will be to Peterson, he will choose the top position here as Rock will be on the bottom. As we'll see this for a blood time on the floor. We'll take a quick break. It's 42-12 as it stands right now. Or nope, we're back to business here as Peterson back to normal. For a second there, we're thinking we might see some blood time as they'll start this third period. Peterson down by 6 in the top position here against Rock as Rock trying to get back to his tripod spot here and see if he can get an escape. Possibly get into a sit-out while Peterson trying to see if he can roll him across to get into a cradle, but trying to two-point reversal. Here is Rock for the reversal here potentially as coming back through. As Peterson still has a hold of that left ankle, now trying to see if he can work across. As we get 2 points on the way for the reversal for Rock. As now it's going to be 8-0 with 80 seconds remaining here in the third period as Rock from Fargo North and Peterson here from Central Cass, our first match of the night that has gone into the third period here in Castleton. Let's continue to work. Here is Rock up top. As Peterson right now on the bottom of the mat with Rock with 60 seconds remaining here in this third period. As Rock right now continues to work up top. As for Peterson right now, just trying to see if he can find a way to get out of the grasp of Rock here for a quick reversal or an escape. Well, if you're a Rock right now, you can just pretty much try to ride this one out for the final 35 seconds. As it currently stands, it's a major decision. We do get a stalling against Peterson with 30 seconds remaining here in the third period. As Peterson on the near side working with that back arm bar is Rock. As Peterson trying his best to get back up top. Now it's going to be sprawled across now into some near fall points for Rock here. As Rock gets Peterson into a little bit of a headlock with 15 seconds. Trying to come across and see if he can be a winner via fall as he's trying to work for this one. They continue to work as Peterson will be pinned with 7.9 seconds left in the third period. Winner at 172 from Fargo North is Rock here with 7.9 left in the third period. So 6 points awarded towards Fargo North. And we get 6 more points being awarded here to Central Cass as Fargo North is open at 189 pounds. So Mayer at the sophomore will check in at 189, and he'll get 6 points here for the Central Cass Squirrels as we go to our final 2 weight classes. As Dawson at 215 against Ferguson here at 215. As Ferguson will come on now for the Central Cass Squirrels. McCoy, the senior here on the way in the center of the mat, going up against Dawsing, the junior here for the Fargo North Spartans. Again, Central Cass is going to win this duel, but right now for Central Cass, trying to see if they can edge this one out just a little bit more. Ferguson with a 3-point takedown right off the rip. 20 seconds into this period, and able to get back to his stomach there is Dawsing. Up next will be Fargo Northwest, Fargo Cheyenne, and then from there we'll get to Central Cass and alongside West Fargo Cheyenne for our nightcap here of this wrestling triangular. They're still working right at the edge is Ferguson. He's got that left toe in for a moment, then swings across. And starting in the down position here will be Dawsing. Spartans in those blue singlets while the Squirrels in their black. 45 seconds into this first period, it's 3-0 in favor of Ferguson here for the Squirrels. And trying to see if he can get the 2-point reversal here is Dawsing. As Dawsing will be awarded, nope, check that. As this one will come back across. They're going to get 2 points for the reversal. It immediately comes back across as Dulcing wasn't able to finish the completion of the reversal. As now Ferguson on the near side trying to see if he can turn Dawson over. Able to give him a little push as he's rolling him across from that right shoulder blade right now. Some near fall points coming into a pinning combination here for Ferguson. He's got 35 seconds left in the period to work with. He's going to roll across, and this one will be 4 near fall points. As we have a quick blood time here on the mats with 31.6 seconds left in the first period. We'll take a quick break as well.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
If you're thinking about updating your bathroom or kitchen, don't wait until the last minute. Planning is key. At Ada Building Center LLC on Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, you can check out the brand new displays with the latest in cabinets, countertops, and floor coverings. The Ada Building Center LLC team will guide you through designs and help you secure trusted contractors for the job. Stop today and start planning your remodel. 218-784-3661 or visit adabuildingcenter.com. Ada Building Center, your project starts here.
As we're back to business here with 20 seconds remaining in the first period after the blood time, brought to you in part by Cass County Mutual and Telp Insurance here in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan at 347-4045 for a quote or review of your policies. Is working its way through here is Ferguson. Ferguson able to get Dulcing down to the mat with some backfall points coming. 4 seconds remaining in the first period right now as Ferguson is going to take a healthy lead into the second period at 11-0 here at 215 pounds. And then we'll get to heavyweight to wrap up our first of 3 duels here today here in Castleton. So starting on the bottom will be Dulcing here for Fargo North as Ferguson trying to get the sit out there as Dulcing. As Ferguson trying to come across with that shoulder blade over the hill, if you will, as he continues to work. And Dulcing able to get back to his base for a second. Ferguson using his weight to go right back on top of him. Just coming through with his head there is Dulcing. As they see this with Ferguson on the far side. As Ferguson works with the ankle pick. Trying to get that right underhook a little bit. Now 40 seconds into the second period. It's 11-0 still for Ferguson as it was to end the first period. It's coming back through a little bit here is Dulcing. As Dulcing's going to get 2 points on the reversal. As Dulcing continues to keep that left foot in on the far side. As Ferguson able to get back to his tripod here, trying to see if he can get the 1 point for the escape or 2 points for the reversal as it comes through. And you'll get 2 points here on the reversal for Ferguson to make it now 13-2. And then going to be off will be Dulcing here as it will be 13-2. As we got blood one more time with 49.5 seconds left here in the second period.
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
As we continue here, wrestling with 47 seconds remaining in the second period after the blood time here. As working up top is Ferguson. As Ferguson trying to see if he can roll Dalsing across, able to get into some near fall points being awarded. As you get the 4 near fall points, and the winner via fall is Ferguson, 34.7 left here in the second period. So add another 6 points on the Big North scoreboard here to Central Cass as they take a 54-18 advantage as we make our way to heavyweight now for the Fargo North Spartans. Jordan Warner, the senior, at 285. As Warner here at 285 going up against Mr. Jennings here on the way. As Jennings Cooney on the way here for Central Cass. Final bout of the duel here at 285. As the Squirrels will pick up the dual win and again in conference play move to now 6-3. Well, you have Cheyenne looking to improve to 7-3 if they can pick up a dual win, and then it'd be pretty much almost a winner-take-all situation against the Squirrels and the Mustangs later tonight if that result does hold in the next duel between the Spartans and the Mustangs. Who's going to get that first throw between these two with Warner and Cooney? As we're currently scoreless 45 seconds into this heavyweight bout. Just trying to go for that under as Warner right now working for those double hooks a little bit underneath. As our referee says, we'll make it a quick stalling make if we don't get a little action here on the mat in the center. As I continue to see this one through. As continuing to have some collar ties between these two. 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. Trying to see if who can kind of come through and get that first throw and get that first takedown here in this one. As this will work to the edge of the mat. And there's the throw off the mat there for Warner. As hitting more the basketball court than the mat there was Cooney as he got thrown right to the edge of the mat. So 20 seconds remaining here in the first period. As these two will still continue to come across as Warner and Cooney. Cooney going for the single leg as they work to the edge with 8.3 left here in the first period. And we'll head to the second period here. Scoreless between these two with Warner and Cooney. As we'll see what Fargo North and Warner wants to do. He will defer. As they'll go into the down position here with Cooney. So Cooney will start in the down position. Warner will start in the top. As Warner trying to see if he can get that single leg. And instead Cooney will come up. Works the upper strength into a headlock. And then we're going to get 1 point on the escape. Cooney trying to get into a cradle with a 3-point potential takedown, but coming back through is Warner here. As Warner will come back and get a 3-point takedown in his own right now. It's 3-1. So Cooney with the escape came just a little bit too much across with the momentum. And then Warner immediately jumped back on to get a 3-point takedown here. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. And it's 3-1. As Cooney trying to see if he can roll Warner over. He's got a grasp of that left wrist right now. As Cooney continues to work back to his stomach. As Warner able to work on top right now. 60 seconds left in the second period. Is able to sprawl across. And trying to see if he can work a little bit of a Warner with trying to do a little bit of a crossface here. We're going to get stalled for a warning here for Cooney with 43 seconds left in the second period as Cooney will come up top. As Cooney to the edge of the mat alongside with Warner here as Warner continues to keep that right foot in, trying to continue to move as they work off the edge of the mat with 26.9 left in the second. As working on the bottom here will be Jennings Cooney one more time with Warner. As they see this one, Warner, in the same spot he was in to begin the second period, working on top, but we're going to get a solid warning here now against Warner. So you got one against Cooney and one against Warner here. 15.7 left in the second period. You can hear the Fargo North bench trying to say chop a little bit here for Warner against Cooney, as Cooney is able to get back to his stomach. And we'll make our way towards the third period here. It's 3-1 in favor of Warner, as we'll start in a neutral position for the final 2 minutes here at 285. So we'll see this one coming through. I was able to work with it right now as these two back to a neutral position again in the third period. Right now, as it would stand, it would be a decision win here for Warner. There's a lot of wrestling left with 1:40 in the third period. Just going to feel like there's one more throw attempt for either of these two with Warner or Cooney here for Central Cass, as Warner trying to get into a little bit of a headlock. Now coming back through is Cooney. Cooney throws him down the mat and stays in and gets the 3 points for the takedown as they work to the edge. Well, there it was, 3 points for the takedown for Cooney. As they will start in the down position here for Warner. Now it's a 1 point advantage here for Jennings. As Cooney works on top. As they continue to work through here for Warner. As Warner trying to see if he can get back to his base. Cooney trying to chop that left arm a little bit here and see if he can roll him on through right now for Cooney, as he's able to get back up around with 58 seconds remaining in the period. As there's the armbar through right now for Cooney, and Cooney trying to see if he can turn Warner across. As there's the chance right at the 90-degree angle, and Cooney still working to see if he can get to some backfall points. And there's some near fall points being awarded. Now Cooney into a pinning position, has 30 seconds remaining in the third period as Warner trying to bridge out and trying to get back to his stomach, as there's going to be near fall points being awarded, but Cooney continues to work on this move with 18 seconds left here in the third period, as Cooney continues to work around as Warner does his best to try to bridge out with 10 seconds now. As Cooney trying to see if he can be a winner via fall, and he is. Comes back at 285. Jennings Cooney, winner via fall with 6 seconds remaining here in the match. And your final on the Bank North scoreboard, the Central Cass Squirrels 60-18 here for Central Cass. We'll get to our recap and we return here on YourLiveVent.com.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
As we come back on our dual recap here, all the matches winners via fall except for 189, which was at the open weight class. Central Cass with this win now will improve to 6-3 in conference play. As you'll see, Fargo North and alongside Cheyenne get ready for part 2 of our triangular, and then the nightcap will be Central Cass and Cheyenne a little bit later on tonight. As we recap here at 107 pounds, winner via fall for Derek Jorson here, 49 seconds over Goldthorpe, and then Mr. Cole winner via fall at 36 seconds into the first period against Solinik for Fargo North. At 121, Wheeler also winner via fall over Gerger. 120-70 at foul here for Central Cass, winner via fall a minute 09 into the first period against Jacobson. Anthony able to be a winner via fall in the second period against Blado here at 133. That made it 30-0 in favor of the Squirrels. Morgan then able to get Fargo North on the board over Quickschreiber, winner via fall in the second period at 3 minutes. Parisian then comes back for Central Cass and wins it via fall 41 seconds into the first period over foul of Fargo North. At 1:52, Simonson comes back in a winner via fall over Hunt at 1:52. At 1:60, Mariano winner via fall in the second period over Aarons. 1:72 for Fargo North. Rock winner via fall over Peterson at 5:52. 189 Marr wins 6 points in the open weight class. At 2:15 Ferguson winner via fall here for Central Cass over Dulcing. And then at 2:85 you had Jennings Cooney winner via fall with 6 seconds remaining in the bout against Warner. And that recaps it here at 60-18 for Central Cass as they pick up the win. As we go through our Enbridge Energy wrestler of the match, we're going to give that one to Jennings Cooney here as he had to work for it. At 285, as he was a winner via fall, Jennings Cooney is our wrestler of the match, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. And our move of the match is Simonson after Hunt threw him down, in which he hit his both right shoulder and the head. He got cleared from a concussion protocol standpoint, came back in, and Simonson comes back and wins via fall in the second period. That is our move of the match by Simonson at 1:52 here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer. Agassi Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's across the state. Get you ready for Cheyenne and Fargo North. That and more is still to come a little bit later on today. Here from Castleton, as the Central Cass Squirrels keep their postseason state tournament dreams alive here for dual wrestling portion for boys wrestling with a 60-18 win over Fargo North.
25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal, it's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we come back here, get you ready for our Farmers Union Insurance Wasley and Kramer Agency recap here on YourLiveEvent.com with Cheyenne and Fargo North. Here's a look at your bracket breakdown across the state of North Dakota. You're going to have Carrington winning the Northeast Dual Championship over Pembina County North 56-15. Third place, Hillsborough Central Valley able to defeat the Patriots of Mayport CG 41-38 in that contest. And right now, it's Pembina County North and Hillsborough Central Valley, and a winner goes to state, and Pembina County North has a 6-0 advantage as it stands over the boroughs of Hillsborough Central Valley. At the Southeast Duel, Kindred and Lisbon wrestling for the championship. EEK going up against South Border for third, and Oaks over Valley City for fifth place as it stands. So Kindred Lisbon winner punches their ticket. Then after that, it depends on what happens to have a challenge match with either EEK or South Border as we take a look at across the state of North Dakota here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, it is the 2026 portion. Lisbon able to win the girls dual championship over South Border. Finishing third is Grand Forks, and then having a true fourth place match is Valley City and Pembina County North to see who goes for the top four in that matchup. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for Cheyenne and North here on YourLiveEvent.com.
American Family Insurance agent Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dan Sukert, your Fargo Moorhead and surrounding area Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why my Edward Jones office is a proud sponsor of Park Christian Falcons basketball. Call 701-281-5264 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we go through some of the exhibition weight matches right now between Fargo North and West Fargo Cheyenne, as they have 6 of them here. So here's what the latest looks like in the Eastern Dakota Conference in terms of standings-wise. Central Cass now at 6-3, Cheyenne at 6-2, Devils Lake 7-3. The number 2 is Grand Forks Central, and the number 1 is Fargo Davies. As we continue to take a look at across the state of North Dakota and also the West region out west when it comes to boys as well, and seeing what's going to make its way through the state here just across the way for girls basketball. Second quarter of play. Carrington leads by 4 over the Central Cass Squirrels. Got the Northeast boys duel going on up in Walhalla. That's currently tied at 12 apiece between Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Pembina County North, and this is a challenge match. So the winner heads to state alongside with Carrington. The loser sees their season come to a close in dual wrestling. We have East Region duel with Valley City as they're going up against Pembina County North for a true fourth-place match. On the eastern side of the state, Lisbon 1, South Border 2, Grand Forks 3, and then either Valley City or Pembina County North will be 4. And then in the west, we'll get to the brackets as well, as winner out west, Bismarck Legacy over Bismarck 48-13. So the Legacy Sabres are your 1 seed from the west, and they will go up against the 4 seed. Well, the number 2 seed from the west will be Bismarck High against the number 3. And currently wrestling right now for third is Williston and Bismarck Century. Currently Williston 21-8 over Century as it stands right now. That again for third and fourth place respectively. But number 1 out west, Bismarck Legacy. Bismarck High number 2 with Williston and Century going to punch their tickets to state as well. Just a matter of who's 3 or 4 out in the west. But the Sabres again knocked down Bismarck High in duels, and they will be 1 alongside 2 with Bismarck. Williston and Century will be 3 and 4 respectively, as we continue to take a look at across the state of North Dakota with a quick little update. Southeast duel, Kindred over Lisbon, 3 weight classes in, 15-0 in the championship in the Southeast. And that's a look at your bracket breakdown across the state of North Dakota for wrestling here today. If you're just joining us right now, earlier what happened, Central Cass Squirrels and Fargo North, as Central Cass able to defeat the Spartans by a final team duel score, as this one wrapped up 60-18 again here for Central Cass. So what that means, see what the final here between North and Cheyenne represents, and then we'll get into a situation where this will impact Devils Lake, Cheyenne, and Central Cass in terms of the result and the outcome between then of the Mustangs and the Squirrels. Again, the 1 seed Fargo, Davies, and Grand Forks Central also have clinched their positions here at the state tournament. As we have a couple more exhibition matches before we get to the varsity duel, and then we'll also get you ready for Central Cass Cheyenne a little bit later on here tonight. We'll take a break, and we come back. We'll get you ready for the varsity portion of the Spartans and the Mustangs here today on yourlivevent.com.
Upgrade your toolbox and tackle any project with the latest from Ada Building Center, LLC. They've added a massive 24-foot Diablo display filled with everything you need, brand new to the store. From circular saw blades to framing blades and metal drilling solutions and diamond cutting concrete blades, Diablo has it all. Need fine finish or general purpose wood blades? High-performance crew driving bits? They've got you covered. Stop by Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, and see the Diablo difference for yourself. Your next project starts here.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
If you're dreaming of a new home or looking to refinance, get in touch with First Class Mortgage. They make the process simple, fast, and local. Their team knows the Red River Valley, and they're here to help you with the right loan, with the best rate, and personal service every step of the way. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or anything in between, choose First Class Mortgage, where your story begins. Visit firstclasscorp.com or stop by the office in Fargo.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
You don't have to spend 4 years or a fortune to start your future. At NDSCS, you'll find first-class classrooms, expert instructors, and hands-on learning that gets you job-ready fast. Earn your degree, gain confidence, and start a career you love sooner than you think. With 97% job placement, high starting salaries, and transfer programs that save thousands, it just makes sense. And that's why NDSCS is the smarter way to college.
A reminder coming up next week here on YourLiveEvent.com. Fan of wrestling, we got you covered for the eastern half of the state. We'll have the EDC Boys Individual Tournament at West Fargo Cheyenne. That'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning a week from today at Cheyenne for the EDC Boys Individual Wrestling Tournament. You'll have Kevin Kochman and Jake Berkmeyer on the call for you on that one. We'll also have the girls individual tournament at Valley City on Friday the 13th out in Valley City at the high school, and then the Class B boys individuals the next day on the 14th. So the eastern side of the state, we got you covered when it comes to wrestling for boys and girls, and then from there we'll have our state audio only coverage at the Fargo Dome on February 19th, 20th, and the 21st. And it's going to be the same as it's been in the last couple of years. The only difference is they're going to have 9 mats at the state wrestling tournament, 3 for A, 3 for the girls, and 3 for the B-boys. They'll run 9 mats to open it up, and that'll be Thursday and Friday for the individuals, with the duels going to be on Saturday, as well as we're starting to finalize the teams from both the girls' side of things for the duels, and we'll know the boys' side of things for the duels a little bit later on here tonight. On the B side, figure out who's going to be seeded number 1 and 2 respectively, and then here after this duel concludes between Cheyenne and North, we'll find out what the what-if situation will be between Cheyenne and Central Cass for our finale of the regular season as well. As we continue with some more exhibition matches, as Tarpe here for Cheyenne going up against Joe Satcher here for Fargo North. This is our final exhibition match before we get to our varsity matchup between the Spartans and the Cheyenne Mustangs here, as Cheyenne in those blue and orange singlets, while for Fargo North in their blue and gold singlets here for the Spartans. As this was supposed to be a triangular back in December, and then eventually will be made up here today after Mother Nature, and just by the time you take a look at schedules and what space is available, they were able to make this one be part number 2. As we'll get midway through this wrestling duel here, and we'll take one more break, and this is our final exhibition match, and then we'll get to our varsity setup between Cheyenne and Fargo North. This will be the final duel of the season for North, while Cheyenne, this is their second to last one, in both importance in terms of trying to find themselves into the top either 3 or 4 of the conference and punch their ticket to a state tournament yet again here for Cheyenne. We'll take a break. We'll get you ready for the varsity duel between the Spartans and the Mustangs when we return here from Castleton.
Youth basketball is back, and it's time to play for a purpose. The Grover Athletic Club Winter Classic tips off February 28th and March 1st at Oak Grove Lutheran School in Fargo. Every team gets 3 full-court games guaranteed, with great competition and later start times for out-of-town teams. Best of all, your team helps support Grover Athletics, funding equipment and opportunities for student-athletes across all sports. Sign your team up today at GroverAthleticClub.com.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision-making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Bavera. Let's forge ahead together.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Prairie Supply has the expertise to help you tackle even the toughest jobs, from concrete and rebar to heat and winter construction services. Prairie Supply has extensive product lines with professional on-site solutions you can trust. Prairie Supply is a supplier of construction equipment and materials specializing in, but not limited to, concrete construction. Prairie Supply supporting the hard-working contractors in the field or at the drawing board. Visit prairiesupply.com today.
As we get the captains meeting here into the center of the mat as we get you ready for Cheyenne and Fargo North for EDC Boys Wrestling here today. One more time, here's a look at across the state of North Dakota of what's going on right now. Girls wrestling tournament champ went to Lisbon over South Border. You have the East Region champ one more time. The Northeast, you have Pembina County North and Harvey Wells County as they're working their way through, and this is for a true second place between the Grizzlies and the Burros. Last check-in, it was 30 apiece up in Walhalla between the two teams, as that one makes its way towards the next round. And again in Walhalla, and then here in the Southeast duel, Kindred and Lisbon going on. It's a 15-4 edge for Kindred. 4 weight classes in over the Lisbon Broncos. Third, you have EEK against South Border, as currently it's all South Border in that duel. So if that were to hold, that Kindred wins, you would see Kindred 1, Lisbon 2 out of the Southeast. If Lisbon could come back and beat Kindred, South Border would then wrestle against Kindred for a true second challenge duel coming up here in the Southeast. On the west side of the WDA, currently third place, Williston over Bismarck Century, 36-14 as it stands right now, and Williston will finish third from that standpoint. Bismarck Legacy and Bismarck Legacy, 48-13, your champ over Bismarck High, as we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com. Back to wrestling for our first weight class here between Cheyenne and Fargo North. You had Goldthorpe here for Fargo North at 107 against Eli Wentz, the 7th grader here for Cheyenne. Cheyenne in the white singlets here for Wentz, while Goldthorpe in the blue here for the Fargo North Spartans as they work to the edge of the mat as it stands right now. Is currently a 3-point takedown here for Goldthorpe as he works on top here against the Spartans as they'll work to the edge. As choosing now the position here will make its way on the bottom after the whistle will be with Wentz here against Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe, the freshman. Wentz, as we alluded to here, the 7th grader. Cheyenne lost a few wrestlers after Horse had their own varsity program, so you got 3 now with the Packers, the Mustangs, and the Hawks here this year. As right now, Eli Wentz able to come through. Going to get a grasping potential. 1 point on technical violation here, so you'll get 2 points then on the reversal. So Eli Wentz will tie this one up at 3 as they work off the mat with 53 seconds remaining, or 53 seconds into this first period. We're tied at 3 apiece. Again, starting at 107 as we work our way to heavyweight, just as North did against Central Cass. They will have an open weight class here at 189 as well against Cheyenne. Cheyenne with a fully loaded weight class here for the Mustangs. And Cheyenne has been very proud in terms of their boys wrestling the last couple years, both from a dual standpoint and an individual standpoint, being a team that has kind of become now a power consistently in the East, both from a team perspective, but also seeing individuals be state champs to those on the top end of the podium once they get to the Fargo Dome. And you get to February, it's February frenzy. Everything is all on in front of you. And as a wrestler, this is the light at the end of the proverbial tunnel that started back in early November for practices. And you kind of get your first dual or triangular right around Thanksgiving. And then it goes pretty much into the grind of the season for December and January. Tied at 3 with 24.7 seconds remaining here in the first period as Goldthorpe will be in the down position here against Wentz. As we'll see Wentz right now trying to come up through here against Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe trying to see if he can get the reversal as they come to the edge of the mat and able to work it up top here with Goldthorpe. Trying to see if he can get the 2 points, able to do so on the reversal with 5 seconds remaining here in the first period. Good move there by Goldthorpe at 107 as we'll make our way to the second period. Goldthorpe has the advantage here over Eli Wentz by 5-3 as we go to the second period. Cheyenne in a position, as Central Cass was, you win, you put yourself in a better spot alongside to try to make the state. Cheyenne kind of controls their own destiny. Central Cass, if it gets to that point, would have to win by a certain margin and a team dual score in terms of the numbers here in the EDC, with a potential tiebreaker with the Devils Lake Firebirds as well, who finished 7-3 in conference play. As right now working its way here is Goldthorpe, as we'll get a stalemate 29 seconds into the second period. Still 5-3 in favor of Goldthorpe here over Eli Wentz. As they work down, back to a neutral position to open up the second period. It's coming through. It's going to be Wentz, now brings him up top. Goldthorpe trying to come back around Wentz, able to sprawl back across, then Goldthorpe will continue on the move. See if he can come back through and get a three-point takedown. They both just have each other's leg out respectively here. As Goldthorpe trying to see if he can get out of the grasp of Wentz and able to do so and get 3 points for the takedown. So Goldthorpe now has a 8-3 advantage here at 107 pounds, their first weight class here of this one. As Goldthorpe so far up by 5 with 45 seconds remaining here in the second period. Is working this one through as it stands. Trying to see to come through a little bit for Goldthorpe as Wentz will get back to his base, trying to come back up top as Goldthorpe trying his best to see if he can get to that left or right ankle here as Wentz has a pretty good grasp on it as it stands now with 15 seconds remaining in the second period. As they'll continue to work their way through on this one, back to the center of the mat for our first weight class here of this bout. As Wentz able to get back down, sprawl across, and that's how we'll end the second period as we make our way to the third. It's 8-3 here for Goldthorpe. As it stands right now, would be a decision win here for Goldthorpe as they'll start in the bottom position here for Goldthorpe as Wentz will work up top. As they see this one coming through for Wentz. As Wentz will handle this one, Goldthorpe trying to get back to his tripod and his base. As coming back through, can't quite get the escape, but trying to maybe get the reversal here is Goldthorpe as Wentz starting in the top position here in the period. 30 seconds have gone. It's still 8-3 in favor of Goldthorpe here for Fargo North in that blue singlet. As Goldthorpe, we'll see this for the 2-point reversal here and take a 10-3 advantage as it currently stands. As they see this one to come through. Keeping its way across here is Wentz. As Wentz sprawling it across here. And right now if you're Goldthorpe, you can try to ride this one out, but trying to see if they can get an extra point and try to go from a decision to a major and get, instead of 3, 14 points across. As Goldthorpe was maybe thinking of a cradle for a second. As Wentz not working too much here for Eli on the bottom, but trying to see if he can not give up that additional point here as Goldthorpe trying to do his best to turn him over with 20 seconds remaining. Trying to see if he can get some near fall points as Wentz is sprawled across right now. As Goldthorpe trying to see if he can roll him over on the hill, if you will, and start going down. But as it stands, and Goldthorpe is going to have a decision win unless something can change in the last 2 seconds as Wentz continues to just sprawl out across. And your winner here at 107 pounds at 10-3, being a decision win that went the distance on the Bank North scoreboard, will be to Goldthorpe here for Fargo North. As 3 points go up on the board, as we'll see this one now for Solonic. Jack at 114 pounds for West Fargo Cheyenne will go up against, for Fargo North, will go up against Maggie here for Cheyenne. So Maggie here, and alongside Solomonic at 114 pounds after a 10-3 decision win for Goldthorpe over Wentz, gives the Spartans an early lead as they work to the near side, as they will work off the match, and we'll get a stalling warning here on the Fargo North wrestler with Solonic. Back to some collar ties here as they work up top, as Maggie able to get a 3-point takedown here 18 seconds into the first period. 1-point escape for Solonic as they will continue to work with a single leg. Coming back up top. As Maggie trying to see if he can cut him down, as they'll get 3 points being awarded here for the takedown, and quickly it's now 6-1. As Maggie with a 5-point advantage, 45 seconds into the first period here for the Mustangs. And give those 3 points again awarded to Fargo North on the Bank North scoreboard. As right now for Smolenick, across the edge of the mat right now, as Maggie just trying to slowly roll him back across with under 60 seconds, trying to work into some near fall points, as Solonic able to come out of that one quickly. But then Maggie able to bring him right back across. Near fall points being awarded into a pinning combination here for Maggie, as Maggie trying to see back to the middle, as Maggie trying to small him out across. Still got time, 40 seconds, as Solonic trying to see if he can get back to his stomach here. As 4 near fall points will be awarded to Maggie. It's now 10-1. 30 seconds remaining here in the first period, as working that chicken wing a little bit there, is Maggie able to sprawl him back one more time. As Maggie just kind of holding Solonic right there. 4 near fall points. He's got 15 seconds before the end of the first period to try to get the pin. As Maggie's been close now 2 times, so he'll get 4 more near fall points and have a 14-1 advantage. Solonic able to come back up top looking for the escape with 2 seconds. And we'll make our way to the second period with a Maggie 14-1 advantage here at 114 pounds. On deck, Cooper on the way here for Cheyenne. As Munson at 121 pounds going up against Gerger here for Fargo North, as we get a caution warning. This is caution warning against Maggie here on the bottom. Solonic working up top here in the second period. The next move here by Maggie might be able to be a tech fall. I was trying to get this one to come down as Solonic. As Solonic works its way through now, Maggie trying to come back up and get a reversal here, and if he does, but more importantly, looking just for the escape as it stands. Maggie gets a 2-point reversal. Winner via tech fall. Then they'll try to finish out the move, as there it is for the 2 points. And that's going to be 16-1, and it's a tech fall. So Maggie will earn the tech fall here at 16-1 here for Maggie, and it will be a tech fall on the way, and 5 points being awarded to Cheyenne, as the Mustangs now take a 5-3 advantage as we make our way to 121 pounds with Gerger and Cooper Munson. And this one will actually make its way towards Cheyenne or Cooper Munson, so he will take the 6 points on the weight class here now at 11-3. as we'll go to 127 pounds, so 6 points being awarded here to the Mustangs. And Matt Jacobson will be on the way here for Fargo North with Brady Olafson for Cheyenne at 127 pounds. So 3 weight classes in, 11-3 here for the Mustangs. As Olafson and alongside Jacobson into some collar ties as it stands right now, as that arm kind of being worked and held on a little bit there by Matt Jacobson against Olafson here. After the opening weight class went to Goldthorpe on a 10-3 decision win. Maggie with a 16-1 tech fall, and then at 121, Cooper Munson takes the 6 free points as it's a 3-point takedown here for Olafson. So Olafson able to get a 3-point takedown 30 seconds into the period. Final duel of the season here for Fargo North, and it will be all postseason here for next weekend with the individuals at Cheyenne, and then from there the state tournament. Well, for West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Central Cass, they'll finish off their dual portion of the regular season upcoming here after the conclusion of this match, wrestling against each other, and then we'll find out all 4 teams from the EDC. As working their way into a cradle here is going to be Brady Olafson. Near fall points being awarded, already with 3 points, and a winner via fall is Brady Olafson, our first pin of the match. This one at 106 at 127, and Olafson puts 6 points up on the board here now at 17-3 here for West Fargo Cheyenne. As Thad Hansen will check in at 133 here for Cheyenne. Well, for Fargo North, we'll see Blado coming in for the Mustangs. As Thad Hansen going up against Blado here in the center, and going right to work is Hansen here. As Hansen able to come across, get a 3-point takedown, get immediately into that headlock. As near fall points being awarded as Hansen going to be a winner via fall 13 seconds in. Thad Hansen able to make quick work here. A Blado winner via fall now makes it a 23-3 advantage here for Cheyenne. As we head to 139 pounds. It's coming on for the Fargo North Spartans at 139 is Nathan Morkin. Well, for Cheyenne, able to check in. There's going to be Jet Waits in here. Jet Waits in the junior at 139, while Morkin the senior here at 139, and able to see Waits and go for a single leg as they kind of work this elevator right now. 10 seconds into the first period. Just trying to see if they can come through, otherwise we might get a stalemate warning here as they trying to continue the move here for Waits and also try to avoid a potentially dangerous here with Morkin. As this one will be now a potentially dangerous. 134 here into the first period. As they continue to work here in the middle of the mat right now with Waits and alongside with Morkin, going back to Morkin and his wrestling duel against the Central Cass Squirrels, winner via fall over Quickschreiber at 139. As right now he's able to turn Waitson over, gets 3 points. Trying to get some near fall points with it, but gets the 3-point takedown here for Morkin as he takes an early 3-0 advantage here in the first period. As we'll get a injury time on the way. We'll take a quick break as well. Cheyenne 23-3.
And selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller. And I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
What was that? Is that top insurance? No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop insurance. Maybe Toupee. Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know. Or Taupe insurance, maybe? I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
West Main Pizza is serving you from Ada and the Rail District location in Dilworth. The tradition of West Main Pizza continues. Pizza, calzones, wings, subs, salads, and more. Lunch, dinner, family meals, and business meeting orders. When you're in town or driving through, visit West Main Pizza. For daily specials, visit West Main Pizza Ada and Rail District Dilworth Facebook pages. Order by phone or westmainpizza.net. Both locations open daily at 11 a.m., serving the delicious West Main Pizza menu items you enjoy. West Main Pizza, Ada and the Rail District Dilworth.
As we come back after the injury time, as we'll continue to wrestle here to 139 pounds. Again, weights in here for Cheyenne against Morgan for Fargo North. As we see this right now between these two, it's currently 3-0 in favor of the Fargo North Spartans. Able to get the 1-point escape, though, for Wadeson. As Morgan here, the senior, continues to work up top, and he gets a 3-point takedown now. It stands at 6-1. 40 seconds left here in the first period. So far, after the decision win for Goldthorpe here for Fargo North, you saw Maggie, Cooper, Munson, Olafson, and Hanson all pick up wins here at 114, 121, 127, and 133 here for the Mustangs. As working that armbar right now is Morgan across. As Waitson able to come up top now, try to throw it back down to the mat, and Waitson gets 3 points for a takedown into some near fall points, into a pinning combination. 13 seconds remaining here in the first period. Will time run out on Waitson, or can Morgan keep this one alive a little bit and trying to get to the second as he's trying to get a 2-point reversal before the horn sounds. Gets 1 point for the escape as we'll make our way to the second period, and a lot of wrestling and points being awarded here as it's currently 7 apiece at 139 pounds as we make our way to the second period. As we'll start the second period in a neutral position. Waitson went for a single leg shot. Morgan continues to work up top as he's got a couple of anchors hooked in now, trying to see if he can get into a cradle spot as Waitson sees this one able to roll across. Morgan working up top for a 3-point takedown. It's now 10-7. As then we'll get a potentially dangerous from there. As Waitson continues to be on the bottom and take a look back at that right arm as it stands right now. That's for the Spartans. And Morgan here midway through this duel. As we'll see it again as the arm came across. As they will take a look at it one more time on the center of the mat. We will take a quick break, as you could tell from the fans from across the way. That arm kind of popped out there for Wadeson, so it's going to be a winner here. Medical forfeit for Workin. So Wadeson will come out as you'll get points being awarded here towards the Fargo North Spartans. And they'll take 6 of them here on the way for Morgan. It's just the fans from across the way. You can just kind of see the oohs and ahs a little bit as it looked like Waitson's socket kind of popped a little bit. So at 1:45, we'll see Jack Mattern here for West Fargo Sheyenne against foul for Fargo North as Mattern goes for a double. Able to get 3 points with a takedown early on here at 145 pounds as they continue to work off the near side, and this one will make its way through right in front of us here for Mathern as he will come off the edge of the mat. 22 seconds into the period, it's still 3-0 as they will work on the top position here for Jake. This Mustang program coming into this triangular here with a mark of 6-2. Their 2 losses to Davies and Grand Forks Central. As you get 1 point on the escape here for foul. So foul continues to work a little bit here with Mathern. As Mathern's got those going for that single leg, able to get the 3-point takedown, then just going to cut foul loose here. We haven't seen this too terribly much throughout the course of today. We're trying to be aggressive as a wrestler, get 3 points, cut them loose, and try to do it again if you can't continue the move into some near fall points. And there it is one more time for Jake. Make it now 9-3, 60 seconds into the first period. It's Jake Mathern already with 3 takedowns, looking to make it a 4th. Able to see this here. Now he'll try to bring him across into some near fall as he's got him locked up in the cradle. Winner via fall. Here is Jake Mathern at 1:45, a minute 14 into the first period. As Mathern able to pick up the win here at 1:45 via fall. Makes it now 29-9 as we make our way to 152 pounds. As able to see this one here at 152. As Hunt will come on for the Spartans. As Jackson Kiefert here will come on and wrestle for the Mustangs. 6 weight classes, including this one to go, and Fargo North does, coming in, have a scheduled open weight class here at 189 is what they had against the Central Cass Squirrels. Already 1 open weight class here for the Spartans at 121. Trying to work its way through here is Kiefert, as Kiefert trying to see if he can turn him across with Hunt, able to do so, and it's a winner via fall. 30 seconds in, Jackson Kiefert able to bide his time a little bit in the first period, works the edge of the mat, able to get the 3-point takedown immediately into a pinning combination, as it now stands 35-9 here for West Fargo Cheyenne as we head to 160 pounds now for the Spartans and the Mustangs. Variano coming on here for Fargo North, while Clemenson will come on here for West Fargo Cheyenne. As Chase Clemenson here for the Mustangs, working with some collar ties here with Variano. As they see this one with the underhooks a little bit with Clemenson. As they continue to work back up top, no points awarded so far for a takedown as they work to the edge of the mat. It stands there. It is a 3-point takedown for Clemenson. Now Clemenson into some near fall points, trying to see if he can get into a pinning position as his last 2 teammates were able to do so here in the first period. Trying to work out of it is Variano right now. 20 seconds, make that 120 remaining here in the first period. Clemenson has a 3-point takedown, going to get some near fall points awarded if Variano can stay alive. But Clemenson trying to see if he can be a winner via fall midway through this first and trying to pin an opponent here for the Mustangs. As Clemenson will see this one across and winner via fall there for Chase. This at 103 pounds, the Mustangs now take a 41-9 advantage as we work our way to 172 here for this EDC duel. As they will come on here for Fargo North. As making their way through for the Spartans will be Rock, while Ibarra will wrestle here for West Fargo Cheyenne. As Rock against Ibarra. As Ibarra and Rock open up this duel at 172 pounds. As Ibarra, the senior here for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, while for Rock on the opposite side, the junior here for the Spartans. As Ibarra continues to work across the middle of the mat as Rock trying to stay out of it. Here comes the headlock throw and 3-point on the takedown for Ibarra. And Ibarra trying to see if he can lock those legs up a little bit here. Able to do so in the middle right now for Ibarra. As he gets the 3-point takedown 40 seconds into this first period so far. It's 3-0 for Ibarra. As now some near fall points being awarded. Is trying to bridge across here is Rock. Ibarra's got that chicken wing locked up a little bit on the right-handed side. Rock can't really do much with it right now as there's a winner via fall for Ibarra. In the last 4 weight classes, winner via fall here for West Fargo Cheyenne. I was able to see it for Ibarra at 172, make it a 47-9 advantage as we'll make our way to 130, 189 as the Mustangs with Wrestler, as they are open at 89 as well here for the Spartans. So it'll be 53-9 here for the Mustangs. As now we make our way to 215 pounds. As West Fargo Cheyenne, we'll see Burke Franzfog, the sophomore, on to wrestle here, going up against Donnie Dulsing, the junior, at 215 for the Spartans. So Dulsing and Franzfog here at 215 as they get right after it on the whistle. 53-9, West Fargo Cheyenne with this EDC dual win will make everything go right down to the final duel of the regular season here in the EDC to determine the 3 and the 4 seeds, where you'll have Devils Lake, Central Cass, and Cheyenne trying to see who's going to finish in that 3 and 4 spot. But right now, back to wrestling. Franzfog and Dulsing. Here's Dulsing trying to see if he can complete the move and get the 3-point takedown. So far, no points awarded 30 seconds into this first period. As Dulsing trying to come through. He's got that arm across. Dulsing will work back up top. As working down low is Franzfog as he's got a grasp of that right ankle. Well, on the opposite side, Dulsing tried the cradle position one more time, and then we'll get a stalemate here, or we're back to a neutral position with 1:01 remaining here in the first period. As this one works through the middle. 50 seconds remaining here in the period with some collar ties going between Dulsing and Franzfog as it stands right now. As getting those unders right now is Franzfog, and Dulsing's kind of got him equally locked up on the opposite side. There goes for a double leg attempt, and Franzfog, Dulsing trying to see if he can sprawl back around on it. Still no points awarded. As Franzfog trying to see if he can spring him over, while Dulsing, with 20 seconds remaining here in the first period, trying to come back around as getting no points on the escape or anything as we continue to wrestle in the middle. Back to some collar ties here late in the first period with 5 seconds. As we get a stalling warning, now Dulsing trying to get a throw, and we'll go to the second period. Scoreless here at 2:15 between Franzfog and Dulsing here on the Bank North scoreboard. After this, we'll take a quick bracket breakdown across the state of North Dakota, where you got WDA boys to regional duels in the East, Northeast, Southeast, the girls East region, all wrestling here today. Busy day, but a fun day if you're a wrestling fan across the state of North Dakota, as it's got the appetizer of what the state tournament will bring here in a couple weeks, as you finally do get a 3-point takedown for Franzfog here, as Franzfog able to work on the near side of the mat up by 3, 30 seconds into the second period. So Franzfog now, we'll see this one for the first time truthfully in the top position. And it's the same thing for Dulsing, truthfully in the bottom position for the first time, as Dulsing's kind of hooked up right now with Franzfog on the near side, as Franzfog trying to keep his right foot in, able to do so. Some near fall points into a pinning combination, and Franzfog winner via fall at 110 here in the second period at 2:50. Franzfog, 2 minutes and 50 seconds, winner via fall here for West Fargo Cheyenne, and adds 6 more points to the board. It's 59-6 for the Mustangs. As we head to heavyweight now, and the final bout of this duel, as the first duel went to Central Cass 60-18. And right now the Mustangs lead at 59-9. As for the Fargo North Spartans and West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs, we'll see Swenson here for Cheyenne. Well, you got Warner on the way here for Fargo North. Warner and Swenson here at heavyweight to put a bow on duel number 2 here in Castleton. As right now for Swenson and Warner, they'll continue to be in the center of the circle. Currently scoreless as it stands right now. Just trying to work their way through on a, see who can kind of get that little bit of edge and get that throw across for that takedown. Is going for a single leg on the way here for Cheyenne is Swenson. Swenson trying to see if he can come back around and get 3 points with a takedown, while Warner's doing his best to stay afloat, if you will, and not allow the 3 points to be coming, as he's got an ankle grasp of the left-handed side of Swenson here. And now we'll see a stalemate as we'll go back to the middle of the mat. 52.5 seconds remaining here in the first period. Back to a neutral position. As these two kind of getting some collar ties in yet again, and some hooks for Warner and Swenson. As might get another stalling warning here if we can't get back to some more wrestling action. There's a single leg one more time for Swenson. Warner able to break it. Just trying to see if he can put Swenson and go back to the neutral position with 15 seconds here in the first period. As Warner, more of that stand-up with Swenson's kind of been more coming across, particularly on that left shoulder here of Warner. Let's see if he can go for that single leg. He's done it twice. One time nearly got the takedown. The other time it was blocked by Warner. As we'll go to the second period, scoreless here at 285 pounds. He's going in the down position. Here will be Warner. As we'll let him cut here essentially for 1 point will be awarded here towards Swenson. As Warner said, Warner will take the point, as Swenson says he'll start in the neutral position. So 1 point will be awarded here to Warner to open up the second period. Is this one coming through right now? On the edge of the mat as they continue to work on the near side, as working his way off and back to a neutral spot here in the middle. Going to be at West Fargo Sheyenne High School a week from today for the EDC Boys Individual Wrestling Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. So if you're unable to make it out to Cheyenne High School for a fun environment, for a fun day of wrestling, you can check it out here and also watch it back on demand here on YourLiveEvent.com next Saturday with Jake Berkmeyer and Kevin Kolkman. As coming down, there's a 3-point takedown for Warner. Warner has a 4-0 advantage now into a pinning combination, turning him over. And winner via fall here is Warner at 285 for the Mustangs. So Jordan Warner on his final duel as a Spartan, as a senior, winner via fall here for the Spartans. And your final on the Bank North scoreboard, 59-15 here for West Fargo Cheyenne. So Cheyenne now 7-2 in conference. Central Cass up next at 6-3. And then you have Devil's Lake at 7-3. We'll get to what the what-ifs are next as we continue on our post-match show with our wrestler of the match, and more still to come.
Social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search Your Live Event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at YourLiveEvent.com.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com, let's get to our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That is Enbridge.com. We're going to give it to Franzfog here at 2:15. He earned it at 2:50. Winner via fall here for West Fargo Cheyenne for Franzfog here at 2:15. He is our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match. Go to Enbridge.com. From there to our Agassi Precision Egg move of the match. This going back to Thad Hansen. Winner via fall. 13 seconds in. Got the cut on Blado. Got the 3 points with a takedown into a pinning combination. And Thad Hansen with the 13 seconds in, winner via fall here for West Fargo Cheyenne is our wrestling move of the match, brought to you in part by Agassi, your local precision planting dealer located in Hillsboro. Get ready for the upcoming spring planting season at planterdoc.com. As we go through the match recap, Goldthorpe winner via decision at 10-3 at 107. Maggie with the tech fall at 114 for Cheyenne. Cooper Munson takes 6 points at 121 via an open weight class. Brady Olafson at 127, winner via fall at 106. Thad Hansen winner via fall for the Stings at 133 at 13 seconds in. You have Nathan Morgan at 139, medical forfeit there with Jet Waitson at 139. He was able to take 6 points. Then Jack Mather, winner via fall at 114 at 145 for the Mustangs. Jackson Kiefert, 32 seconds in at 152, winner via fall. Chase Clemenson, also winner via fall, 63 seconds at 160. 172, Ibarra, winner via fall. 189 was open, 6 points awarded to Raceler. Franzfog again, winner via fall at 215, and at 218, winner via fall is Warner here for Fargo North. That's our dual recap, brought to you in part by Wasleen Kramer Agency. In the Northeast dual portion of the state in Class B, Carrington #1, Pembina County North comes back and defeats Hillsboro Central Valley. So out of the Northeast, it's going to be Carrington and Pembina County North. Southeast, Lisbon defeats Kindred, and we'll have a wrestle-off for state between Kindred and South Border for second place in the Southeast in Napoleon right now. So the Broncos win Southeast, Carrington wins the Northeast. Bismarck Legacy able to take it out west as they're the 1 seed out west over Bismarck High. Williston the 3, and Century the #4. We'll take a quick break and get you ready for our third and final duel here of the triangular between the Squirrels and the Mustangs coming up. That was our match recap, brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance, Wasleen Kramer Agency. Get in touch with Scott and Tyler here in Castleton for great rates and local service that you expect. Back to get you ready for Castleton and West Fargo Cheyenne here on your live event.
If you're thinking about updating your bathroom or kitchen, don't wait until the last minute. Planning is key. At Ada Building Center LLC on Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, you can check out the brand new displays with the latest in cabinets, countertops, and floor coverings. The Ada Building Center LLC team will guide you through designs and help you secure trusted contractors for the job. Stop today and start planning your remodel. 218-784-3661 or visit adabuildingcenter.com. Ada Building Center, your project starts here.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
As we get you ready here for our final duel of the day between Cheyenne and Central Cass, a couple of exhibition matches so far going on, as we'll have 4 of them total, 1 already done before we get to the varsity swing of things. Here's what the situation is going to be. Devils Lake, again, already lost this season to Davies, Grand Forks Central, and Cheyenne. Cheyenne picks up a win here over Central Cass. It would be Davies 1, Grand Forks Central is 2, followed by Cheyenne 3, and then Devils Lake would be the 4 seed in the duel if, again, Cheyenne beats Central Cass. If Central Cass is able to defeat Cheyenne, you'd have Devils Lake, Cheyenne, and Central Cass all tied at 7-3. You go on point differential, and then from that standpoint, Central Cass must beat Cheyenne by 11 or more when it comes to the point differential, and then it goes from head-to-heads from that standpoint to determine who the 3 and the 4 seed would be as well in that particular situation. So Central Cass needs to win, but then in that standpoint, they also have to cover a little bit more to help it out for Devils Lake then to be the 3 seed. Central Cass would end up being the 4. So if Central Cass loses by 10 or under with the point differential, it would actually be in favor of Cheyenne and Devils Lake. So a couple of different ways to look about it, but Davies for surely, again, the 1 seed. Grand Forks Central is the 2. Out west one more time. Bismarck Legacy able to defeat Bismarck High in their duel out in the WDA in Mandan earlier today by a final of 48-13. Then Williston over Bismarck Century 52-14. So Williston the 3, Bismarck Century the 4. That's your top 4 from the WDA. While in the southeast duels that are making their way in Napoleon, South Border able to defeat EEK 45-22. Lisbon, your southeast duel champs, 51-18. Kindred will wrestle South Border for a true second place out in Napoleon. Brent Dick has the wrestling match for you right here on YourLiveEvent.com. And early on, South Border over Kindred 6-0 out in Napoleon as the South Border Mustangs trying to squeak their way into the state tournament from the dual standpoint, and the same thing when it comes to Kindred. While on the northeast side, Carrington defeats Pembina County North 56-15, and then Pembina County North able to get by Hillsborough Central Valley for second place. So Carrington and Pembina County North in the northeast will make their way to the state tournament. While on the girls' side earlier today, Lisbon over South Border 1-2. Grand Forks able to get by Pembina County North for third place as well. So that's a quick little bracket breakdown from across the state of North Dakota as we continue with our exhibition matches right now here for Central Cass and Cheyenne. We'll take a quick break, and we come back. We'll get you ready for varsity wrestling action While the Cheyenne Mustangs with the win, they would end up being the 3 seed. Devils Lake the 4. Central Cass with the win again. They need to win by plus 11 points or more. Then you start going into a tiebreaker situation in which then where does Devils Lake fall? Where does Central Cass fall in the tiebreaker situation? So that's where we'll be. We'll get to our starting lineups and we'll get to the varsity match here in a few moments between the Squirrels and the Mustangs. This is EDC Boys Duel Wrestling here on your LiveEvent.com.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal, it's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we continue here, part of the exhibition matches with Sam Schneider and Alex Zimney as it stands right now. You got Sam Schneider working on top here on Alex as they work with it. And winner via fall here for the Central Cass Squirrels will be Sam Schneider here for Central Cass over Alex Zimney for our final exhibition matches here tonight. With this one, as we'll get ready for Central Cass and Cheyenne for the final varsity duel of the EDC season, as Grand Forks Central defeats Grand Forks Red River 59-14. So Central, the number 2 seed at 9-1. Earlier today, Central Cass over Fargo North 60-18, and Cheyenne defeats Fargo North 59-15. Those are your duel finals from earlier today, and this is the final EDC duel here of the season with, again, Devils Lake, Cheyenne, and Central Cass all vying for the final 2 spots here to a state wrestling tournament that will be on Saturday, February 21st, 2 weeks today from the Fargo Dome. Individuals start up on the 19th with placing matches then on the 20th. And then we'll get to the dual portion of both the boys and the girls dual tournaments that'll make its way again 2 weeks from today. As we get you ready for this match between the Squirrels and the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. As we take a look at the Mustangs here, a squad that's looking to improve to 8-2 in conference play, while Central Cass looking to improve to 7-3. Cheyenne, their 2 losses to Davies and Grand Forks Central, while Central Cass, their 3 losses in conference to Davies, Grand Forks Central, and alongside the Devils Lake Firebirds. As we go through at 107 pounds at Jorson and Wentz, you have John Cole here against Maggie. While on the opposite side, you have Cooper Munson against a Wheeler here for the Central Cass Squirrels at 121. And then at 127 pounds going through the starting lineups here in this one is a foul on the way here for Central Cass. Going up against Olafson. Well, you have Hanson against Anthony. We make our way to 139 pounds as Wadeson is coming on with Quickschreiber. As Wadeson had to check out after the Cheyenne Fargo North duel as Morgan went via medical forfeit. Parisian at 145 against Mathern here at 145 for Cheyenne. At 152, Chase Clemenson against Riley Miller for the Central Cass Squirrels. We go from there to 160. Jackson Kiefert will be squaring off as going up against Simonson here for the Central Cass Squirrels. And our final 4 weight classes going to be Ibarra against Aiden Peterson here. So Ibarra against Peterson here at 172. 189 Wrestler will go up against Mayer. Against Franzfog here for Cheyenne at 215 against Ferguson here for the Squirrels. Then at heavyweight, we'll go from Swenson here for West Fargo Cheyenne, as Cooney will come on here for the Central Cass Squirrels. That is your starting lineups. Central Cass head coach Travis Lamar, Lex Lundy here, the head coach for West Fargo Cheyenne, as we'll get to wrestling action here at 107 pounds. And get to our finals one more time across the state of North Dakota. Very active Saturday here with girls hockey, with wrestling, with boys, girls basketball, that and more, all on the way here on yourliveevent.com. As we take a look in live, South Border over Kindred in Napoleon at 121 pounds at South Border 12. The Kindred Vikings scoreless. That one again over at Napoleon. Brent Dick on the call. Brady Siebels, Gray Grens were up at Walhalla, and you had Jake Berkmeyer and Kevin Kochman at Fargo South for the girls East Regional duels as we get underway with Wentz and Derek Jorgensen here. 3 points here for Jorgensen, the junior at 107, while Wentz here on the way at 107 pounds for West Fargo Cheyenne, the 7th grader here for the Mustangs, as Jorgensen, 3 points for the takedown into some near fall points being awarded in the center of the mat. Jorgensen working across as he's going to be some near fall points being awarded, but Jorgensen trying to continue with this move, coming over as that armbar across here. He's got him with the left on Wentz a little bit, 40 seconds into the first period. As Jorgensen, right off the bat, gets the 3-point takedown, continues to work on top here on Wentz, slowly trying to see if he can bring that right shoulder blade back down to the mat. And winner via fall is Jorgensen, 52 seconds into the period, as Jorgensen, winner via fall, and gets 6 points on the Bank North scoreboard here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Good start from the Squirrels. It goes to John Call, now to Maggie here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Griffin Maggie at 114 against Call, the senior, as John Call, the senior, against the junior here in Griffin Maggie, as Maggie was able to, against Fargo North, pick up the technical fall at 16-1 against Solinek, able to do that against Solinek as they worked to the edge of the mat, as Maggie was able to get a handful of 3-point takedowns, gave up a couple of escapes, but then finished the final with another good move and some near fall points, as Call trying to see his way and maybe go take a quick shot. Maggie also there. 30 seconds into this period, currently scoreless, as these two just locked up on the near side of the mat as it currently stands. As it comes back into the middle again for Call and Maggie. As this one works its way, as coming through on an arm, here is Call, as Call had to try to come through, trying to get that headlock. There it is for a 3-point takedown. Able to come through, and fortunate for Maggie there, he kind of opened up the door for Call to nearly get into a pinning position, but Maggie now gets back to his base and works with it here on the edge of the mat, down by 3 at 114 pounds. As Maggie sees that arm coming across, as Call trying to see if he can turn Maggie over. Trying to get to a little bit of a power situation with 40 seconds remaining here in this first period. As this one works its way through one more time, as Maggie trying to see if he can get back to his base in a tripod position, while Call continues to work on the upper front right now of Maggie, as it's a 3-point takedown as it currently stands right now at 15 seconds remaining here in the first period. Is working its way through his Call one more time. Now Maggie trying to see if he can spin him over and maybe get a 2-point reversal here. And now he gets into a situation with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that's how we'll end the period. Nothing will be awarded here to Maggie, but Maggie nearly came across and was able to get the 2-point reversal, as they'll make a red choice here for Central Cass. And they'll start in a neutral position to open up this second period, where John Cole has a 3-0 advantage over Griffin Maggie. And this one nearly a winner, and you're in to state, but Central Cass needs to win by a little bit of extra, by 11 points, to kind of have that point differential go in their favor with them and Devil's Lake. As 3 points here awarded for a takedown to Cole as he takes a 6-0 lead as it stands right now, 20 seconds into the second period. But Maggie trying to see if he can roll Cole over as he did late in the first and nearly had the 2-point reversal. As Cole has worked with the majority of this bout so far on top here of Maggie. As Maggie trying to see if he can come through. As Cole trying to see if he can work a little bit of a cradle and get Maggie to come back over. But as it stands right now, Maggie doing a good job and just being a little bit more defensive and seeing if Cole might be able to open up the door a little bit. On the other side, as getting close to maybe a stalemate here as well. 60 seconds have gone here in the second period. It's still 6-0 at 1:14 for Cole from Central Cass. As Maggie comes through just off the edge of the center, able to bridge back up into his tripod as Cole is quite literally off the mat. Maggie trying to use that to his position. Cole able to bring him back down, use the chicken wing as it stands. The Central Cass bench is asking for 3 points on the takedown to try to make it a major as it would stand right now, but it's currently still 6-0 as he works with that right arm across. 15 seconds left here in the second period. So far, a 3-point takedown for Cole in the first and a 3-point takedown as well here in the second. As we will make our way to the final period, John Cole from Central Cass with a 6-0 advantage. As we'll see what the choice is here for Maggie. As Maggie will start up top, Cole will start in the bottom position for the final 2 minutes here at 114 pounds. As we'll get a caution warning. This one will go against Maggie. And this almost has a feeling of a sub-state duel between these two teams. As winner, especially if you're Cheyenne's sake, you punch your ticket to state. Central Cass wins, they can nearly do the same thing. And Devil's Lake, they're just sitting, waiting, and watching at home and seeing what the outcome of this one is and seeing what seed they can be at state and trying to find themselves to the Fargo Dome as well, pending what the outcome is between the Stangs and the Squirrels. As Cole starting on the bottom position here in the period, 30 seconds have surpassed. It's still 6-0 here for Cole as Maggie trying to see if he can work Cole into a little bit of a cradle position. As Cole right now on the edge of the mat, trying to small back out. This is the first time that Cole has really been on the bottom here against Maggie so far. As Maggie works in the center. 55 seconds have gone by. It's still 6-0 here, Cole, with a minute left in the third period as we'll get a caution warning here against Cole. So now Cole trying to see if he can get back to his base. As it currently stands right now, it's a decision win for the Squirrels. As Cole trying to see if he can try to escape or get the reversal. Maggie will continue to work. As now Cole trying to come back through. Cole gets up top to his tripod. Maggie still has him in a little bit of a headlock. As now Cole trying to get 2 points. Now it's going to be into some near fall here for Maggie. As into a pinning position, 30 seconds remaining. Some near fall points are going to be awarded as Maggie continues to work here with Cole. As Cole's trying to spread out to his base. 20 seconds left here in the period as Maggie trying to see if he can slowly come through and get a pin. While Cole is trying to get out of the grasp with a headlock, trying to spin back to his stomach. There's 10 seconds left as Cole's able to get back to the top, and Cole continues to work as Maggie trying to keep that lock in with 3 seconds, with 2 seconds, and this one was a nail biter. It'll be 4 points on the near fall to Maggie, but winner here by decision is Cole at 6-4 as it went the distance as they will take 3 points and take a 9-0 advantage here after 2 weight classes at 114 pounds as Cole able to get those 2 takedowns against Maggie. And Maggie just going to come through quick enough as he nearly got the move into a pinning combination, but Central Cass takes the 3 valuable points. Now it's Wheeler and Munson here at 121 as we continue to work through this EDC duel. So Wheeler here for Central Cass in the black singlet. Got Munson here for Cheyenne in the white as working their way through to the near side of the mat. Just trying to see if someone can get the throw. Wheeler nearly had Munson a little bit off base as Munson able to reassess, and we're back to a neutral spot on the near side. Here between the Mustangs and the Squirrels, 30 seconds have gone past. We're scoreless here at 121. Going for a double leg is Wheeler. Wheeler's got a single still on it, but Munson trying to see if he can come back on top and get 3 points for the takedown. As Munson right now has that right arm hooked underneath. As Wheeler trying to see if he can sprawl across as they work to the edge of the mat as it currently stands. As Wheeler comes up, trying to keep his balance. There's the throw. It's still kept right in to us as they will work outside. And it's still into a neutral position. Nice round of applause by both the Squirrels and the Cheyenne faithful here after the opening 60 seconds between Munson and Wheeler. As Munson goes for a single leg pick. Does it again. Wheeler able to break it. Well, works some hooks underneath. Is trying to come through to a little bit of the edge as it stands right now. Still scoreless between Wheeler and Munson. 30 seconds remaining here in this first period. Central Cass with a winner via fall for Derek Jorgensen at 107. And then call winner via decision 6-4 over Maggie. That's how it stands right now. 2-way classes in. As Wheeler and Munson work to the edge, trying to get the takedown coming across as Wheeler, now with 12, with 10. Now it's going to be for Munson here as Munson sprawls back out. As Munson trying to turn Wheeler across with 3 seconds left in the first period, and then we'll be called for a stalemate here with 0.5 left in the period. As we get to a restart and then pretty much get right to the second. There's the restart and there's the second. After one period, we are scoreless between Gallagher Wheeler, the freshman, and alongside Munson here for West Fargo Cheyenne. As Cooper, the freshman, here for the Stangs, will start in the bottom position to open up period number 2 against Wheeler. As Munson trying to see if he can get to that base, and he does get the 1 point for the escape. So Munson now takes a 1-0 lead here over Wheeler, and we're back to a neutral spot. Nice jump by Cooper. Wasn't sure if he was going to go for the side out or just trying to get back to his base. Got to his tripod immediately, then able to get out of the grasp there of Wheeler. As these two were both close on getting 3-point takedowns early in the first period, but neither could complete the move. As they're back into the middle with some collar ties right now as Munson went down for a single leg against Wheeler here. Wheeler with the ankle pick. As right now, Cooper Munson trying to keep that head to come across as Wheeler trying to see if he can come around and maybe get 3 points for the takedown in his own right. 65 seconds remaining in the second period. It's 1-0 here for Cooper Munson. As they continue to be two wrestlers thick as thieves tied up top as Wheeler works through. Munson's going to get 3 points with a takedown. Now into some near fall points, into a cradle. So you get 3 points into a takedown. Near fall points going to be awarded here. Munson trying to see if he can do a pinning combination. 35 seconds left in the second period. Munson sprawling out Wheeler here on the edge of the mat as Wheeler trying to keep his balance to not get pinned, while Munson trying to see if he can get 6 big points here for the Mustangs early in this duel. 23 seconds as Wheeler able to reverse, comes across. So they get 4 points for the near fall for Cooper Munson. Then Wheeler gets 2 points on the reversal as they work to the near edge here. And now it's Wheeler trailing it by 6 as he's driving Munson right in with 7 seconds, trying to see if he can come through across and get 3 points. As we'll make our way to the third period. This one's been a good weight class at 121. It's 8-2 as it stands right now here for Cooper Munson. And we'll get Wheeler with choice. As we'll start in a neutral position for the final 2 minutes at 8-2 here for Munson. As it stands right now, would be 3 points awarded to Cheyenne on the team duel side. So a lot more wrestling here between these two with Munson and Wheeler. Munson from Cheyenne with the 6-point advantage. As they're back to some collar ties here. One good takedown for Munson will be into a major, and there it is. As he's able to get the takedown, they work to the edge of the mat. It's now 11-2 as Munson keeping him in with that right foot. While Wheeler trying to see if he can get back to his base position here. Is right now Munson's going to work his way through. Has that arm hooked a little bit here. As Wheeler trying to see if he can get the 2-point reversal one more time. Now there's some near 4 points coming. As you're going to see this one work its way out to the edge of the mat. As they were looking to see if some more points being awarded. Right now it stands at 11-2. As we'll see this now 11-3 on the way. So 11-3 if they start in the neutral position as Wheeler goes for a double leg here on Munson. Wheeler trying to see if he can get the takedown. Munson works it back up top, able to sprawl out across. Now Munson with the headlock into some near fall points. Gets 3 points with a takedown. It's 14-3. Gets into a pinning combination right now. Looking to get some bonus points. Winner via fall on a whale of a bout between Munson and Wheeler. And this one will go towards Cooper Munson with 5-13 here, winner via fall, and 6 points for West Fargo Cheyenne on the Bank North scoreboard. Wheeler and Munson, though, went right at each other from the jump. As we'll have to have a quick little blood time here, brought to you in part by Cass County Mutual. Go to CassCountyMutual.com to find agents serving you at Southeastern North Dakota. Visit Lindsey Johnson and her staff at Cass County Mutual here in Castleton. Here's a quick recap so far. At 107, Derek Jorgensen with a fall at 52 seconds. At 114, you had call winner via decision at 6-4. And then Cooper Munson here at 121, winner via fall at 5-13. That's where we got to our 9-6 score as it stands right now. Again, Cheyenne wins. It's simple. The Mustangs are the 3 seed. Devils Lake is the 4. Central Cass wins. Then it's the potential what-if scenarios when it comes to tiebreakers. And Central Cass would have to win by at least 11 points or more to try to then, at that point, get to the state tournament with themselves. And alongside then it would be Devils Lake if that actually gets to that point between these two. A lot of wrestling to go as Olafson and Foul. Foul gets into the headlock, tries to sprawl it across. Now it's going to be 3 points on the takedown here for Olafson as he gets fouled into a pinning combination on the mat. 25 seconds into the period as right now Olafson winner via fall at 127. Well, Foul really gave it a chance, but Olafson able to continue to roll through it. 27 seconds in. Olafson and the Mustangs now take the pin, and they take 6 points at 12-9 here for Cheyenne. 133 make our way for the Mustangs and alongside the Squirrels as Hansen will come on here for West Fargo Cheyenne. Thad Hansen going up against Anthony here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As Logan Anthony, the freshman, going up against Thad Hansen in 12-9 after 2 falls in a row here for West Fargo Cheyenne. As currently right now scoreless, 20 seconds in here at 133. Hansen goes in for the single leg. Able to come back on top is Anthony. Hansen gets 3 points for the takedown. As we'll see Anthony working on the bottom. As Hansen, 3 points early on here for the Mustangs at 133 pounds. Weight class number 5 here of this duel. As working on that armbar across here is Hansen. As Hansen sees this one through against Anthony. 60 seconds into the period, still 3-0 for Hansen. As right now, Anthony trying to get back to his base. As for Thad Hansen right now, Trying to see if he can bring Anthony back up and then see if he can bring him back to the mat. Well, there's tripod here is Anthony. Anthony looking to get the escape, and he will get 1 point for the escape right to the edge of the mat here. So 3-1 for Hansen now against Anthony with 35 seconds remaining here in the first period. As they get back to wrestling action with some collar ties here as they work on the far edge, and they will work off the mat. That's for Anthony and Hansen. Trying to block that one is Anthony after the shot there by Hansen. Now trying to roll him back over. Trying to get 3 points with a takedown. There it is. Now Hansen gets into a near fall points coming across as well. Is trying to sprawl out here is Anthony with 2 seconds with 1 second as we head to the second period. And 4 near fall points being awarded here to Thad Hansen. So it's going to be at 10-1 after 1 period as we head to the second here at 1:33. So Thad Hansen with that one move gets 7 points. And now he's one more throw and takedown away into near fall from possibly being a winner via tech fall here as gets 3 points with a takedown. And it's now 13-1. As Hansen right now continues to work on top here on Anthony. And quickly that move again at the end of the first period nearly had Hansen winner via fall, but able to take a 12-point advantage right now at 13-1. Midway through this second period as they continue to work in the center of the mat. As if you're Hansen, if you can turn Anthony over, get to some near fall points, it could be a winner via tech fall here. If you're Anthony, see if he can get out of the grasp and possibly get a 2-point reversal or an escape. We have seen one escape so far here for Anthony back in the first period. But Hansen pushing Anthony forward on the side of the mat. As Thad right now with the arm bar of Hansen across. We'll get a potentially dangerous from there. Back to the center. As we'll start on the bottom here for Anthony. As we'll get a caution warning here for Hansen. 50 seconds remaining here in the period as there's the cut for Anthony. He gets the point. It's now 13-2, but it still stands. Again, another 3-point takedown and some near fall points for Thad as they work to the edge to be a tech fall potentially here for the Mustangs. 39 seconds left in the second period as we're back to a neutral start here in the center. As for Thad Hansen, we'll see this one right in front of us into the camera. As able to see Hansen and Anthony continue to work. And as Thad able to see this one come through. As Logan Anthony able to block this one with 15 seconds. As Hansen working a little bit of underhooks right now with 5 seconds left in the second period. As we'll work our way towards the third, it's going to be a 13-2 advantage here on the Big North scoreboard for Thad Hansen to the third period in the final 2 minutes of this at 133 pounds with 139 on deck with Quickschreiber and Wadeson. As working in the down position here will be Anthony against Hansen. As Thad. Trying to see if he can come around, work that chicken wing a little bit on the left-handed side. As Hansen continues to drive Anthony a little bit here into the center. Now trying to see if he can sprawl him across into some near fall points. As Anthony trying to see if he can reverse and sprawl out of it right now. Hansen got the grip on him. 40 seconds have surpassed here in the third period. You got 3 points going to be awarded. Trying to see if he can get into some 4. Now into a pinning position here as making its way through back to the stomach. And it'll be a winner via tech fall as the final will be 17-2 here for Hansen. And you'll see 5 points on the Bank North scoreboard here for Thad. Winner over Logan Anthony at 17-2. The team duel score right now at 139. As we'll see it here at 139 making its way. Quick Schreiber against West Fargo Cheyennes as we see this one coming through as they work it back up top. It's Quick Schreiber trying to see if he can get the Mustang down the mat. As now for Cheyenne. You will see this on its way into a pinning position. This one in the middle. As for the Mustangs, going to get some near fall points here. And then working it back up top. That'll be a 4-point on the way for Cheyenne. As Mustangs with a 7-0 advantage here at 139. And they have also taken the last 3 weight classes via fall, and a tech fall here for West Fargo Cheyenne in this duel after Central Cass took the opening 2 winner via fall and then a decision as well. So it's been 3 straight here for West Fargo Cheyenne as the Mustangs right now work in the middle. 50 seconds remaining here in the first period. Quick Schreiber trying to stay alive here in this first period as getting to a little bit more of a cradle position here. .20 seconds left here in the first period, still 7-0. As we get a red zone here for Quick Schreiber. As we'll head to the second period, West Fargo Cheyenne with that 7-0 advantage. So let's see this one come up on the way. As now will work its way with Quick Schreiber being up top here at 139 pounds. So we get a quick caution here for Quick Schreiber. As Quick Schreiber working on top. And the Mustangs will make their way to come through. And you get 2 points for the reversal. This is Thad Hansen here wrestling for West Fargo Cheyenne on this. Moving to the 139 weight class here for the Mustangs. As right now, Hansen's going to be a winner via fall here in the second period. So winner via fall and gets 6 points for Cheyenne at 23-9. As we go to 145 pounds with Parisian. Right now you got Wadeson. I see him back out there after the technical. Medical forfeit on the last duel between Cheyenne and Fargo North. So right now wrestling again is Wadeson here for Jet for Cheyenne going up against Parisian as they work to the edge of the mat. With 22 seconds left in the first period, 23-9 again, your team duel score on the Bank North scoreboard here for Cheyenne. Is going for a double there was Parisian. Gonna get the points on the outside as Cheyenne was looking for a 3-point takedown as they continue to work up top. As this one will be off the edge of the mat back to wrestling in the center. 50 seconds into the first period, still scoreless between Waitson and Parisian. Is going to go in the headlock here is Parisian. Parisian's trying to see if he can take that weight for him across. Waitson comes back up top. Waitson goes back down under alongside here with Parisian as they continue to work up. And Parisian trying to duel for the same move as he just had a second ago. He's trying to get that right arm through and now into a cradle here for Waitson as he's got it locked in, and there is the 3 points. Now into some near fall points here for Waitson and the Mustangs. He's going to get 2 near fall points being awarded as well into the cradle. 20 seconds left here in the second period as Waitson trying to see if he can come back across as Parisian gets back to his base, and it is 2 more for the near fall points. So 5-0 here at 1:45 for Waitson. As they work to the edge, and this one will come off and back to a neutral position. So you give 1 point for the escape on the way again for Parisian to make it now 5-1 as Waitson has the advantage as we make our way to the second period. As they see this one, trying to get 2 points with a reversal. There is Parisian, but back up top is Waitson. Parisian's going to get 2 points for the reversal to open up the first 10 seconds, and 1 point on the escape for Waitson to make it 6-3 here in favor of Waitson from Cheyenne. As we've seen this a couple of times already for Parisian, trying to get into that headlock, then get to a throw position as this one comes to the edge, working its way through. So right to the check-in table as they will snap back one more time, and now they will work off the mat, and we'll get into a neutral position. Back to a neutral spot with Parisian and Waitson here in a match that the Squirrels need to find a way to get some points. And they got to beat Cheyenne, but then they got to win by 11. They want to try to get to that state tournament as they see this one coming through. As Waitson going to get 3 points. Here for Cheyenne, it's now 9-3. There's the escape for Parisian to make it 9-4. As they continue to see this one through the middle. As this one works its way up and down to the mat. As we've seen this once or twice with 1 or 2 throws here on this one. And we'll get a quick look on the mat here with 45.9 seconds left in the second period on yourlivevent.com.
American Family Insurance agent Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money. We can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for Students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dan Sukert, your Fargo Moorhead and surrounding area Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why my Edward Jones office is a proud sponsor of Park Christian Falcons basketball. Call 701-281-5264 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
So we're going to have 3 points awarded on the takedown here on the way to Wadeson. It's 12-5. It was stopped because it didn't bring him down to the mat. And so with the head and neck. So take that, no takedown. So it's going to be 9-5 with 45.9 seconds left here in the second period. After they were just taking a look at the head and neck there for Parisian, he got checked out. We're back to wrestling here between him and alongside with Mr. Wadeson for Cheyenne at 145 as Parisian trying to work up spin there by Wadeson, as Parisian is going to see this into a 3-point takedown. So now it's 12-5 with 20 seconds left here in the second period. Is working their way through here for the Mustangs. As Wadeson going to throw Parisian down one more time on the far side with 10 seconds left here in the second period. As Parisian trying to get back to his base here on the edge of the mat, see if he can get a reversal or escape. And horn will sound, and we're going to our final 2 minutes here. 23-9 team duel score. It's 12-5 here at 145. And Wadeson, one more good takedown and a near fall coming here for a potential tech fall as it stands with a 7-point lead. Well, Parisian down by 7. Trying to get off the left arm as Parisian looking to spin. As he does, he goes right back to the middle as Parisian will bridge and come up. Trying to get that elevator now. He'll try to get the 3 points on the takedown. There it is. What a spin move there by Parisian. It's now 12-8 as they work into the middle. And now he'll just cut him loose and trying to get back to it as they'll work to the edge. So 12-8 with 123 as they'll start in a top position. And check that, they'll go to neutral, so 1 point here for Wadeson to make it 13-8. But Parisian going for that double. Wadeson sprawling out across as they work to the edge one more time here on the north side of the mat in Castleton. Just trying to get that ankle in the back here for Wadeson, and we'll get a stalemate called and back to a neutral with 61 seconds left here in the period. As Wadeson right now with a 3 points being awarded to Cheyenne if it stands at this 5-point advantage at 13-8. 50 seconds left in the third period. As Parisian able to sprawl buck up. As Parisian is trying his best to see if he can get that right arm from Wadeson. Oh, out of the collapse, able to do so. Now he's got to work with 34 seconds as Parisian looking for a takedown into some near fall points. He's got the headlock, trying to get the turn here for Parisian. Parisian's trying to make its way through as Wadeson continues to stand the balance, and we'll get a potentially dangerous call. With 25.3 here in the period, as you had the headlock there for Parisian. They needed a takedown into just near fall points. As Wadeson stays loose, Parisian going to go right at him with 20 seconds. Parisian loses his balance. Wadeson trying to come back through with a takedown. Parisian to the edge of the mat. Wadeson trying to come through, does get the 3 points on the takedown here as they work off the mat with 9.8 left here in the third. As Parisian will work on the bottom as we'll get a caution warning. With 9.1 left here in the third. As Parisian trying to see if he can get the 2-point reversal or a 1-point escape. There's going to be a technical on grasping here with 3.1, so 1 point's going to be awarded to Central Cass. As now it's 16-9 instead of a 16-8 standpoint. As we'll see this only warning, and that's how we'll end this matchup at 145 pounds. As Wadeson from Cheyenne, 16-10, will take it on the decision and get 3 points awarded to the Bank North scoreboard at 26-14 2-9 here. As you see Riley Miller making his way into the center of the mat at 152 pounds. Well, for Cheyenne, we'll see Chase Clemenson here. As Clemenson going to get 3 points here on the way. Or check that, that's for Mattern at 152 checking in against Miller. So Mattern's able to get 3 points on the way, 30 seconds into this first period. That's for Jake Mathern back up top. As we're going to get a potentially dangerous here on the way. 119 here in the first period as working back in the down position. Here will be Mathern. 5 more weight classes to go after this one. As Cheyenne has built a 27-point, or make that a 17-point lead here on the Bank North scoreboard. As Miller and Mattern right now back into the center. As Mattern trying to see if he can drive Miller across and get into some near fall points. And there is some near fall points going to be awarded coming through. And winner via fall, here is Mattern. 108 for the official time here for Mathern. Winner via fall at 152, and the Mustangs able to take a 32-9 advantage. Here comes Clemenson against Simonson at 160. Simonson for the Squirrels. Clemenson here for the Mustangs. As the Mustangs, we'll see this here coming through on that headlock a little bit there is Clemenson. Clemenson will come through right into the cradle with 20 seconds here in the first period. Is trying to come back through as Simonson to bridge out and looking for the reversal as they continue to work its way across. As Clemenson going to be a winner via fall. 27 seconds here for the Mustangs. And with that one for Cheyenne, they'll take a 38-9 advantage here. And the Mustangs, with this result, are going to punch their ticket to the state tournament as well. Cheyenne will end up being the 3 seed. Devils Lake will be the 4 from the East. Davies and Central already your 1 and 2, with the Eagles being the 1. As we go now to Peterson going up against Ibarra at 172. So Ibarra with already a pin here against Fargo North. Peterson coming out here as Peterson works its way through with Ibarra. Scoreless, 15 seconds in here at 172. Ibarra going for a single leg against Peterson, able to roll him down into the center. Peterson will see 3 points being awarded to Ibarra here. As Ibarra working on top here against Peterson. Trying to see if he can get him into a cradle as he's got the leg hooked. Ibarra now got Peterson on his back here. We're going to see if he can get some near fall points, but more importantly, trying to see if he can get another pin here for the Mustangs. As here's some near fall points being awarded to Ibarra. As he continues to work here with Peterson, as Ibarra has got the grasp on with 60 seconds left here in the period. As Peterson will get back down to his stomach, but still working that left arm right now is Ibarra against Peterson, looking to see if he can sprawl him across. And here it is, winner via fall is Ibarra for West Fargo Cheyenne at 119 here for the Mustangs. As we'll see coming through, and 4 more points awarded to Cheyenne as they're able to now take a 44-9 advantage as they go to 189. As Wrestler here will go up against Mayer at 189. Wrestler for for West Fargo Cheyenne. As Mayer going for the double, able to get the 3 points on the takedown here for Mayer. As Mayer continues to work on the far side, able to do so here with a 3-point takedown as West Fargo Cheyenne has won every weight class since Central Cass took 107 and 114. The Mustangs have rattled off everyone since as we continue at 189 in terms of a fall, tech fall. And also we've seen a decision win as well at 16-10 at 145. He's working with it right now. Mayer able to see this one to come down against Racler. As they see this on the far side. As Mayer still has his right foot in the ring alongside with Ressler here. As Mayer trying to see if he can spring him back in, but it was just off the mat for a split second. As we'll come back to the center with 55 seconds left here in the first period, 44-9 in favor of West Fargo Cheyenne. As they'll start in the down position here for Ressler. As Mayer working with it up top. Able to see this one come through with the chicken wing there is Mayer. Looking to sprawl this one over into some back points. Now into a penny combination here for Mayer at 189. And winner via fall for the Squirrels at 189 is Mayer. As it's 44-15. So Mayer, winner via fall, and first points awarded here towards Central Cass since 114 pounds as we go to 2:15. Ferguson to wrestle for the Squirrels against France Fogg here for Cheyenne. As Ferguson looking to see if he can get that single leg to come through. As Ferguson here at 2:15 for the Squirrels. See this come back into the middle. With 30 seconds into the period, we're still scoreless here at 2:15. Just trying to make their way through one more time. .50 seconds through this first period, still scoreless with one more weight class to go at heavyweight. Cheyenne again will pick up the dual win and finish off the regular season here in the EDC at 8-2. Central Cass will finish at 6-4. As this one works its way with 40 seconds here in the first period, still scoreless. As Ferguson went for a double. As we get a stalling warning here on Cheyenne. And we'll head to the second period scoreless. As we get a violation here towards the head. So France Fogg and again Ferguson here at 2:15. Was going to get that first takedown, that first throw right now. Could decide the matchup here at 2:15 between these two. As we've got nearly 3 minutes. And we've been scoreless here between the pair as they continue to work in the middle with some collar ties, working with a little hook underneath as Franzvog as they work around the mat. As Ferguson went to go take a shot, Ferguson continues to work those unders one more time. As going for the single, here is Burke as Franzvog trying to see if he can get the three-point takedown on the near side of the mat. As Ferguson's doing his best to not allow Franzvog to come across and turn. Now he's got him down, and there's the 3 points that'll be awarded on the way. So 3 points going to be awarded to Franzvog here. With 35 seconds left in the second period, there's the potentially dangerous from that standpoint. So Franzvog able to take 3 points on the takedown. Almost start in the top position here against Ferguson. As there's going to be tech for grasping, but then immediately into a reversal for Ferguson. Ferguson has some near fall points, now into a pinning position here. Got 20 seconds, and able to come back is Ferguson at 2:15 for Central Cass. Got the reversal run into a pinning combination, back-to-back falls for the Squirrels. As we now have a 44-21 matchup as we go to heavyweight here at 285. Jennings Cooney against Swenson here for Cheyenne in our final bout here of the regular season here for EDC Boys Wrestling. It's all postseason after this, a week from now, as Cooney just got a little poked in the eye. We'll go to the individual portion of the postseason at West Fargo Sheyenne. Wrestling gets underway at 10 o'clock in the morning. Jake Burkmeyer, Kevin Kochman will have the call for you on that one on Saturday if you can't make it out to Cheyenne High School. That weekend always fun, individuals across the state, and then leading right on to the precipice of what the state tournament will be for 3 days of wrestling at the Fargo Dome. As they handle this one now into the middle. Cooney and Swenson currently scoreless, 45 seconds in here at 285. As Jennings Cooney, you see Swenson trying to get the throw down, able to get 3 points and come across in the takedown here for Swenson. So Swenson going to let Cooney loose, and now it's 3-1. Back to the center and a restart, or what feels like a restart here, back to the center between these two. As working their way through one more time. Coming up top. Circling through the middle with 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. It's a 3-1 advantage for Swenson over Cooney. As we continue to work up top with some collar ties. Swenson trying to go for that single leg block by Cooney. Cooney brings him back up. Now Cooney's got 15 seconds. Trying to see if he can bring Swenson down the mat. He's got those hooks worked underneath. Trying to see if he can make its way around and through with 5 seconds. As Swenson gets back to his base, Cooney trying to come through, and we'll make our way to the second period. It's 3-1 here for Swenson at 285. Central Cass will defer. Cheyenne will say, let's go neutral. As we get the restart here. Able to throw him away there is Swenson against Cooney. As Cooney in the center against Swenson here. So far, just 3 points with a takedown for Swenson. 1 point pretty much let him go on the escape. Didn't work up top. That's where we're at right now as referee calls for some action here in the center of the mat. Otherwise, we'll get to a stalling warning and a restart. As Swenson one more time. We'll see this on the far side. Swenson just kind of keeping Cooney a little bit at bay for a second. Well, Cooney's trying to be a little bit more the aggressor. As Swenson trying to maybe use Cooney's weight against him and see if he can get thrown down, as this one will go off the edge here for Swenson with 35.9 left in the second period. Off the restart, got 20 seconds remaining here in the second period. Swenson still up by 2 at 3-1. As Cooney trying to see if he can use that weight and get into an arm lock or a headlock here and see if he can get a throw as we make our way to the third. There'll still be a 3-1 advantage here for Swenson. Their final period here of this triangular today in Castleton. Castleton beat North, Cheyenne beat North, and now Cheyenne is going to beat Central Cass here and make their way to the state wrestling duel tournament. As Jennings Cooney will see this one down by 1, now at 3-2 to open up the third period. Simply put, the next takedown could win the match. As Swenson in the middle, Cooney will see this. Don't have a stalling warning for either one. As Swenson was trying to push Cooney off the edge. As they work with some hand ties right now. Now Cooney trying to throw the hooks underneath. Same for Swenson. 45 seconds have surpassed here in the third. As they work with it one more time. As we'll see Cooney back into the edge right now in the middle. And become a little bit more aggressive down by 1. While Swenson will be called for a stalling warning. So the next one would tie it up at 3 if there is another stalling warning against Swenson. Swenson faked like he was going to go down for the double. Throws Cooney for a second. Now Cooney works up top. 40 seconds left here in the third period. As Cooney's got him into a headlock, trying to see if he can come down and come around to get the takedown. As Swenson stays up, the headlock is in here on the way for Cooney. Swenson goes for a single leg. Cooney's going to try to come across. Swenson gets back to his base. 20 seconds left in the third. Down by 1 is Cooney. Cooney trying his best to come across here on Swenson as he wraps it around. There's the three-point takedown. And Swenson works back to his tripod. Cooney leads by 2. 8 seconds left, and Cooney brings Swenson down. And Jennings Cooney at 285 is going to take a decision win here at 5-3 over Cheyenne Swenson. So 3 points awarded, and it will be a final of 44-24 here for the Central Cass Squirrels, as Central Cass will finish 6-4 on the season, while Cheyenne improves to 8-2. So here's your state tournament dual matchups upcoming at the Fargo Dome on Saturday, February the 21st. Bismarck Legacy, the 1 seed from the west, will go up against the 4 seed from the east in the Devils Lake Firebirds. Grand Forks Central, the 2 seed from the east, will go up against Williston, the 3 seed from the west. Davies, the 1, will square off with Century. And then in the 2-3 matchup, it'll be Bismarck High from Bismarck High going up against the 3 from the east in West Fargo Cheyenne. So those are your team duels again on Saturday, February 21st at the state wrestling tournament at the Fargo Dome. Davies finishes the EDC a perfect 10-0. Grand Forks Central 9-1 with their win over Red River 59-14. Cheyenne again finishes conference at 8-2, and Devils Lake will finish at 7-3. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get to our final after this wrestler of the match, then and more still to come.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we come back through, we'll get to our Agassiz Precision Egg move of the match, and the move was after trailing at 9-0 after the 107 and 114 weight class. West Fargo Sheyenne would take 8 straight weight classes with points from 121 to 172, and that was the difference as they put the match away from that juncture, winning 8 straight from 121 to 172. Fall, tech fall, decision, fall, and fall at that juncture for Cheyenne. That is our move of the match, brought to you in part by Agassiz Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro. From there to our energy wrestler of the match, 1-2 combination. Going to give it to Olafson at 127 for Cheyenne, but also Jennings Cooney with a really nice takedown at the end, able to win it 5-3 via decision at 285. Those two are both Agassiz Precision Egg move of the match and our EnbridgeEnergy.com wrestler of the match there for Jennings Cooney as well. So for the Central Cass Squirrels, Fargo North Spartans, and West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, what's up next is the individual tournament at West Fargo Cheyenne a week from today. That again is a week from today for the individual tournament at West Fargo Cheyenne. Taking a look at what happened earlier between South Border and Kindred. That one went right down to the wire between the Kindred Vikings and the South Border Mustangs, and the Kindred Vikings able to come back and defeat South Border 35-32. So in the Southeast, you'll have Lisbon as the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the Kindred Vikings. The Northeast will be Carrington as the 1, and Pembina County North as the number 2 seed from the Northeast when it comes to boys. But the Kindred Vikings able to take down the South Border Mustangs here in the Southeast duel by a final one more time of 35-32 here for Kindred, as they will make their way to a state tournament here on the team dual side. So Lisbon and Kindred from the Southeast, while in the girls portion of the state, again, you had Lisbon 1 on the east, number 2 South Border, and 3 for Grand Forks. So that's a wrap from today. Make sure you join us for more high school wrestling coverage here Friday and Saturday. Friday will be in Valley City for the girls individual. Saturday will be in Valley City for the Class B boys individual, and then at Cheyenne for the EDC boys individual as well. Until then, I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cheyenne, Devils Lake, Grand Forks Central, and Davies all making their way to the state tournament for duels. Central Cass comes up just short but finishes at 6-4 here on the season. Good night from Castleton.